There's the live. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking tweet my dumbass shit and shitty shit first. Pray to God, the Twitch gods, that my live stream link embeds magically this time for whatever reason.
Nah.
It did. Oh my god, it embedded. Let's fucking go!
Impossible.
Is it possible to learn this power? That. Remember
Not
where.
from an affiliate.
Shut the fuck up!
Can you unpause me so I could just reveal certain rooms? Or no?
No.
I am busy.
Yeah. You're gonna need a reason to get into those rooms first.
You gotta. I'm just, fucking juggling things, and as far as prioritized things, revealing a tiny bit of Fog of War in a RP map is pretty low on my list. You know?
Meow.
Alright. All that. Twitter. The cursed site.
You know what? Based Twitter threads, name a side character who has main character energy. And people go, Hondo Anaka. Yes.
Who's Hondo?
The fucking pirate dude from the Clone Wars and Star Wars.
He is the main character, bro. What do you mean?
That dude has so much main character energy.
No, I know who. I know who has main character energy. Monoma from fucking My Hero.
No, the captain from Treasure Planet.
The captain? The cat lady?
Yeah.
Hmm?
I don't think so. I disagree.
I think you need to rewatch Treasure Planet then.
Fucking.
I haven't watched Treasure Planet.
Dude, everyone should rewatch Treasure Planet. That's the new
I
goal.
mean, everyone should, yes.
That's the next movie in the Discord we watch. Alright,
Roy Mustang, Full Metal Alchemist.
He is the main character. Fuck you. Where is tabletop? Yippee! We're back. Alright, we're cool. We're live. We're off the starting screen. Okay. Okay.
Alrighty. Welcome,
Yay.
everyone.
I'm back. Land of living.
Time to demonetize the video. Penis!
I feel
No.
welcomed.
I don't.
Joke's on you,
Give a shit.
Musashi. If I was uploading this to YouTube, I would just blank out the first minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is until Musashi just says that throughout the whole
I'll
thing.
I'll fucking do it again!
God, I'm gonna make so many racist jokes.
Stop.
Hmm.
Don't. Anyways. Last time, on the strength of at least six funny things happened in RP. Like Balimbi exploding.
That did happen.
was funny.
That was a good one. Anyways, now that the party has presumably handled their downtime, what do you do?
Do a ritual.
Really? You're not gonna do any like foreplay RP or something? Like you just like.
I mean, like we did literally a whole session last week of foreplay RP.
Don't say it like that.
Firefly freaks out. Yeah, don't say it like that. But Firefly freaks out because Malimpi looked like she exploded to her. Yeah.
And you didn't had a talk,
Yep.
and I mean, if people want to be like,
Zenzen sat in the
like
middle. It was
this
like, "Where are all my friends? I wanted to do a hot spring thing because everybody's hurt after the thing."
we did
And
a
no
hot
one showed
spring
up
thing.
because, I mean, we did it. We just said we did it, and it didn't like actually happen on screen.
Okay, well,
Instead,
maybe another time.
because Kira was RPing her heart out over in fucking Din's room, and and Zeta existed, and then fucking the
Millenby blew up.
lovebirds were making ravioli.
Ravioli. Show me the formuli.
And no, chat, it's not a euphemism. They were making ravioli.
Dude, they were making ravioli.
They were literally just making ravioli.
It's like, what you trying to sell there?
Which
Oregano.
I think is great.
Literally oregano. Doesn't think ravioli's great.
It depends on the stuffing.
Stuff you. Wait.
Loot.
What?
Making ravioli.
Now who's getting us demonetized?
We're gonna end up on Crit Crab.
Crit crab. Nightmare GM makes ravioli.
GM
Nice.
stuffs his player.
You know, tragically, that was the
Hey,
one
watch
thing
my
I
Crit
didn't get to do in the last campaign. Remember with the hag with the random layer actions? One of them was a bunch of like candy appears and gets shoved down your throat.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I was just like,
I didn't get to stuff my players, man. It was fucked up. What the hell, man?
And we take two.
Take two.
We
There's always a second chance.
try again.
Well, we're also like at
Yeah.
start of the session hero points.
Yeah, I guess I do that, don't I, huh?
You in fact do that.
I don't need it. I'm already full on hero points.
Take your wait. That's a 10-minute timer. Fuck no, that's not how fast it goes.
No,
Hello,
no, no,
60.
Yeah,
No,
sure.
no, set it,
That's
set
good,
it.
that's
No,
just
it's
good.
fine.
Okay. Well, I would probably some morning I would walk up to Zed and be like, I have all the materials ready for the ritual. It's largely up to you at this point when you want to have it happen. So I recommend sooner rather than later if you want to have it done, because otherwise we'll probably be sent on some mission by the Magambia again and it will be a whole distraction. Shin, that's you.
Or what?
That was that's your cue.
Oh my
That makes it so much better.
Yadin told you that they have all the materials for the ritual, but that at this point it's largely up to you for when you want it to happen. But you didn't recommend you choose sooner than later if you want it to happen, because otherwise we'll probably be sent on some other quest, mission, or task by one of the teachers, and it'll be a whole distraction.
Aiden would, Zeta would agree to Aiden's suggestion of doing it sooner, and would suggest to whenever everyone's available, just meet at his room to conduct the ritual.
Yeah, I will be informing some of the other dorm mates that we will be doing a ritual in Zeta's room, so that if they hear strange events or see glowy portals or see us all laying unconscious in Zeta's room, that's the reason, and that they don't need to panic. If
Just
they
don't tell them
notice
it'll
that.
be funny in that way.
It's
Don't tell
not-
Anchor Root. They'll panic anyway.
It's polite to tell your neighbors when you're having strange magical rituals.
You know,
Also, I want to ask the other dorm people what they think of the unseen servants to helping clean up.
Okay, go ahead, RP it.
Gonna wander around.
Is there a kind of thing where it's
RP.
like, like you put like it's like putting like a sock on the door handle, but like instead it's for like performing weird magic bullshit, where, like everyone just explicitly understands.
Anyone who doesn't want their room clean has a sock on the doorknob, clearly.
Tying
Uh,
a wand to your handle. That's the sign of weird magic bullshit's going on inside.
That
Go
sounds
on,
like
Enter.
some kind of euphemism, like tying a wand to your handle, like.
No.
no, stop.
I got the magic, baby.
Huh?
They do. Oh, you don't know. there are some kinds of magic wands that you tie to your handle. That is a thing.
Where's
Let's not go there right now.
where's Okaro's room?
Okuro is the left door at the front, left room, front door.
And for this purpose, we'll just take this one person as an example.
Yep.
And I will knock on the door.
Oh, hello, Yidin. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning. I wanted to just mention that our group will be doing a ritual in Zeta's room, so if you notice any weird noises for the next day, weird lights, or notice all of us unconscious in his room, you know it's because of ritual, and that will be fine.
Look, Yidin. My room neighbor, that shares a wall with me, is Chizar. I have gotten used to weird noises all the time.
Huh?
What?
I don't know what goes on in that still of his, but I have heard every sort of strange bump in the night, as also his frustrations, his joy, his groaning, and his snoring. I am used to it, Yidin. Don't worry.
Fair enough. But I still want to inform you in case you were wondering. Also, what is your opinion of the unseen servants we installed in the dorm recently when Malimbi blew up his room?
You know,
Got pointed out, huh?
it's great
Yes.
because it smells less when I walk past Chizar's room.
Well, I'm happy to hear that you are happy with them.
Damn.
Fantastic work you did. I appreciate it.
Then I wish you the best. And have a good day.
Good luck with that ritual. No blowing up. I heard Malimbi blew up last week.
Oh no, don't worry. If this ritual goes wrong, we don't blow up. We just get a bad headache.
All right. Good luck on your project then.
Bye bye. And I'm gonna take that as what I'm doing for like all of the dorm people.
Yeah. You know, I will say as of note, Zenaway is probably most appreciative, the unseen servants, because she spends less
figured.
mom time.
I figured.
Yeah.
Chizar doesn't even realize that you've set them up. He's like, oh, wait, that's a thing? It's like, oh, man, you know, I did notice there was less sticky spots at the bottom of my still, yeah.
Yeah, no, well, Cheshire is the kind of guy that's just like, it's really, why are you doing the laundry? It's like, I throw everything in this magical basket and it's all clean at the end of the day for some reason.
That's not how that works. That basket does not clean.
Oh, yeah, and also
that's
Miriam's convinced the unseen servants have a vendetta against her.
Why?
She has a method to her madness, and her room is definitely organized, just in a way that is organized for her.
I'll command the unseen servants to leave her room alone. And I'll command. And
that should be it for any kind of notable exceptions. Most everyone's pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I'll I figured one unseen servant was probably going to spend most of its time in within near Senway's room anyway.
Look, with those kids, yeah.
Like spider kids, that's a lot of whipping.
Yeah, it's
Babies.
it's more normal for spider kids as they're growing up. You just leave random white sticky stuff everywhere.
You had to make it terrible. Anyways, um, yep. So
Why is the room upside down?
probably laying on the couch. Thank you, Garanta.
Coward. He doesn't even bother to bonk me in my own chat. Coward. I do have a bonk, right? Do I have bonk? Oh, I don't have bonk.
You don't have bonk.
No, it's okay. I do have bonk.
Anyways, good morning,
Wow.
Aruru. Are you? I hope you slept well. I was quite the EP princess last night. I slept like a rock.
Why is that phrase? That makes particular wording
Bro, what is
like
the
from
mental
Yudin, like
flashbang you just
like
gave me?
Yeah, I just got a
what,
mental flash.
what the fuck? I like damn like bro got into
I-
character, but it wasn't Yudin.
I was sorry. I was saving that for like a week. I was saving that for like a week for Kyria during Pathfinder. Anyways, happy. Are you ready for the ritual?
Now my time.
I mean,
Is Dame
fair
making
enough.
biscuits?
Is now Dominic now a marketable plushie.
I mean, I suppose ready's fair. Not ready may not be the right words, but still. Dame is in fact just built as the marketable plushie.
Tommy does
Pretty
a
sure.
lot though.
What?
Tommy does a lot though for the group.
Yeah. But I'm also pretty sure that if this whole mage school doesn't work out for Sensen, just building marketable plushies based off of Dame is a good fallback plan for
Doesn't
making a living.
doesn't Zenzen have an entire like family she can go back to?
I
If
mean,
the magic school
not
doesn't
if she's
work out?
possessed. Not if the thing fully takes over, I guess. Or maybe she then still does. I guess I don't know much about her family. I don't know how they'd react to that. But possessed Sensei can always fall back on making plushies based on Dame.
I don't believe her family would just abandon her, at least I hope not.
I hope not, but well,
Zenzen's always talked fondly about her family. Unlike,
yeah. From the way that she talks, it wouldn't seem likely that they'd abandon her, no matter what happens. But you know, anyways, Firefly, are you ready to step inside Zeta's head?
I already have my own issues. Guys, go into my mind, I think you'd get hurt by a bunch of Stella clones or something, but
Yeah,
wouldn't mind helping Zeta out.
we beat one Stella, we can beat 100. I do, however, unlike Zeta, think that using this type of magic wouldn't be the right form of therapy for you.
Firefly's wings droop. I don't know.
I think more mundane, long, hard work is having better effects on you.
It's- Yeah. Anyway.
Yep. Good
Walks
morning.
over and hugs Malimby.
Good morning, Millenby. How goes the room repair?
It's going fine. I still have the carpet still isn't quite, what it was, but we're getting there.
You know, what were you even trying to make that led you to blow up like that? I never asked.
I'm pretty sure I told you because
Maybe I forgot.
I distinctly remember that being asked that. But I was trying to make a scroll of blazing dive.
Well, you made a scroll of blazing something.
hmm I should did.
Are you ready for helping out with the ritual?
I mean, as ready as I can be. Like as I pointed out, we have no real way of preparing for anything. It's like we don't know what's inside there. Like no way to find out either. So like we can only be as ready as improvise.
Yeah. Well, we should probably go gather in Zeta's room.
We're doing that today.
Yeah, that's today.
Today. All right, you're putting a lot of. You sure not trying to rush this?
Well, I left it up to Zeta.
Really?
We have all the materials ready. It's up to him to decide when. And
It's a good morning,
but
Zen.
good morning, Citizen. He said to
Hello.
seem to want to do it today.
Is it really? Is it really a good idea for somebody who's as fucked up with me mentally to go into somebody else's head?
Well, I would first of all not describe you as mentally fucked up, and second of all, yes, it should be fine. It
I
will
don't
be
think trauma is contagious.
it will be entirely Zeta's mindscape,
I,
so
I mean,
we will just
that
be
depends.
we will essentially be guests, but we will no more be able to influence it beyond our role as guests, and our own implications should it not, and our own mind should not like be doing anything with it. It's possible for it's it could there is a possibility in other situations where two people's mindscapes might become overlapping, but that requires some very high amounts of powerful magic fuckery to happen, and I don't think you and Zeta have undergone any such effects
I
together.
just thought about this, but I don't like that thought process. I'm going to take a second to breathe.
I mean, if anyone's any kind of risk, it's probably me, but he's an automaton, so it's probably fine.
Honestly, I don't know the effects of well being in a situation such as yours, sense, and it's possible that the thing inside you doesn't make it into the mindscape, since it's technically your mind going in. I, if it's possessing your body, it may not be a bad idea to have you tied up. that came out wrong. I mean, it may not be a bad idea to have you be secured so that nothing, the thing in, if it's trying to like take over your body, isn't
Mm-hmm.
left alone in it.
I don't know. What's the first thing he said? She's just like a smug grin on her face.
Never changed since then.
I'm trying.
Olivia just has this 1,000-yard stare right now.
Hey, Galarian to Malimbi.
No, I can very much hear you. I wish I didn't.
Hey,
You
now
didn't.
you're making it weird.
You really say something sometimes.
Hey, now you're making it weird. I just fumbled. It's very normal.
I
I had
mean,
I had a slip of some kind.
to be
There
honest,
must be a word for it.
no. I mean, regardless, as a therapist, kind of the way you think, the way you say things is like is kind of important.
Well,
I'd figured you had a little bit more control over it.
well, I don't talk as personable as I do when I'm being a therapist. This is just how I talk when I'm with friends.
I mean, you might as well make a habit out of it.
Look, it's not healthy to talk in my therapist voice and when
Not
I'm
seeing
interacting
your
with everyone.
therapist's voice, but like just think about what you're saying first before you say it.
Man, don't put such
It's
pressures on me. I'm allowed to mess up
it's a
sometimes if I'm
it's a
just
good
having
habit to
fun.
have.
Could be worse. Could be an announcer. And be talking the announcer voice all the time.
Hmm. Also, it'd be kind of funny though.
Would call the play-by-play of every combat we're in as it's happening.
You imagine an announcer does that when they
I
get
already
home.
kind of do that sense then when I'm inspiring courage.
Say what?
That's
No, at Malimbi.
You reckon an announcer forgets to turn off that announcer voice when they get home?
perhaps.
Like they're just having dinner
Maybe.
with their wife and children or something, and then they announce that the food is delicious, and it just catches everyone off guard because it's really loud too.
Yeah, you'd
Well,
have to have a lot of patience for that as the significant other of that. If they were like
Probably.
that, yeah, that would be.
Imagine if they used that voice in the bedroom.
hello, Zeta.
Oh.
Greetings.
Are you ready?
If everyone is ready,
Well, no time like the present. Suppose if everyone's ready, we can go into your room and start.
very well.
I was just getting comfy.
You can get
Ow.
comfy on Zeta's bed. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure he never uses it.
You good? You alright?
This a thought popped into my mind, and I didn't like it.
Mm. Anything you feel like talking about?
The idea of two escapes coming together, and then
Look,
I don't know how to
again,
explain it past the idea of me and somebody else that could have happened to if they chose it.
you don't have to
Sorry.
worry.
Is that even possible?
It's technically just not in the
I don't
in what we're doing. It would require extraordinarily high powers of magic to accomplish something like that.
It's just the thought about it scares me.
Look,
Even if it's impossible, you can't. Your natural instinct of fear will still
No, I get it. Look, if you want to
Yeah.
opt out, now is the time.
I'm literally one of the supports, even if I'm not a healer.
That
Look,
doesn't mean you have to like go in with us. But like,
it is true, but I think facing such a fear is healthy for you. But if you don't want to, you don't have to come in.
I thought you said mundane stuff. Poking you on the cheek. This isn't mundane.
Facing fear is very mundane. Just how you do it doesn't have to be.
We I thought you said doing mundane things. This isn't a mundane thing.
Mundane is
Rocks just goes
well,
to sit on Malimbi's lap if he goes to sit down.
oh yeah,
mundane is relative.
Totally mundane. Totally you did.
Okay.
Means in the Malimbi.
Uh,
Mm.
So I will start taking out the materials for the ritual.
As a warning, it is likely I will not be able to assist any of you in the mindscape
Does-
due to my
I al-
programming.
I also just thought of something. I know this is. Should we tie up Zenzen and Dame just in case?
why?
I
For what we
don't think
spoke of earlier, but
I wasn't
that's up
nearby
to
when
them.
if you spoke about it earlier. Thought about it.
Fireflies being kinky.
Maybe
I just smile at Malimia for Zeta saying that's
you know what?
Firefly
Why not? It's
squints at
safe.
Zeta.
I think I should pretend I did not hear that.
look. You
I
guys
am
figured
awake
out.
mostly when everyone is asleep and I can hear things at night.
You know what? Aruro, tie me up.
I haven't done anything like that. Why do you guys keep?
I blame Yidin for like that
You tied up those
voice
bandages
impression
before.
they did at one point.
We've never
What?
done anything. We may be partners, but we're saving
You
that
keep
till after
keep
school.
mentioning to
Damn
tie me
it!
up
I'm
for
not.
safety purposes. I guess do it.
Ti-
Remember,
Look,
kids, use protection
God
before you get in
damn.
someone's mind.
Aruru, why don't you begin laying down pe- the incense, and if you can place the focusing diagrams over there, I will whip up some rope for Sensen.
no, I have rope.
Okay, if you want to do that, that's fine.
Oh.
I just look at Aruru doing that while like start to blush.
Oh.
Damn.
They said you need to be restrained. You will be restrained.
You know,
Aruru,
Garento's right to hit the gay button.
Ah,
Um,
ah.
I
Aruru,
oh.
Oh.
What?
I
I
just
think
I'm I'm impressed by your
Gideon's
number.
jealous.
I'm being thorough. Is there a problem with that?
There's
no, I think
no
there's no
problem at
problem at
all.
all. I think it just awakened something in Zenzen though.
I think this was already awakened since then.
Firefly just holds her arms out for Dame. Shoves Dame in bag.
Zenzen, how are you feeling? Are you okay?
I yeah, I feel fine. I feel
Just suddenly Dame in bag.
this isn't happening.
So
And in bag and pets Dame on head.
so we probably should have
Hi,
checked this
Dame.
beforehand, but we don't need Zenzen as a secondary caster, do we?
Hold. We need we need me to do occultism. We need someone to do arcana or occultism. We need
Uh,
deception or
Uh,
diplomacy, and then we need perception.
I have
So we need 3 secondary casters.
so I have plus 13 perception, I have plus 15 diplomacy, and plus 13 arcana and occultism. So
10 deception, 11 occultism.
12 Arcana. You're not getting any of the others from me.
Yeah, my only one I have of those is a plus 14 diplomacy.
okay, so we'll do.
Okay,
I'll
fortunately
take the
for
diplomacy, and then
No.
Aru takes the arcana, I guess.
no, we need. Well, who's doing perception then?
Well, maybe not Firefly.
No.
No offense, but like,
Okay, fine.
Sensen,
Zen can perceive while being
sh-
restrained.
what's your
Mine's only plus
perception?
9.
Yeah, maybe you Sensen should do the diplomacy because that's just talking, and you can
yeah,
be tied up for that.
my perception is plus 13, so I'll take the perception then, I guess.
Yes, I think that's for the best.
Then a Ruru Arcana.
I never am able to help with these rituals. Just laying against Melimby.
One day we will be able
One
to
day.
use your thievery.
Stealth's the highest, actually.
But if
Actually, no, acrobatics is the highest. Stealth
No,
is a
no.
good close second.
Firefly, you are helping. By being here, it gives me moral support. It makes me want to do better.
Wind blows in Ruru's face. Or
What?
what
I
is
seem
that
to
was
be
Ru-
lying inside.
No,
Or
that
was
was
that
me.
you did?
That was me.
That was you did.
Blows it in you did's face. There's
Alright.
slight powder mixed into that. So you got what?
Where do
got
you keep
powder.
getting that?
I keep making it.
Do you just have like powder in your pockets? It's like pocket scent. Do you just
She takes out a little powder puff. Yeah,
why?
I have
Look,
to fix my makeup on the
I need
go.
I need you to not get any powder on these diagrams, or I will have to clean them, and that takes a while.
Okay, fine. I only used a tiny bit, and I can control the air so it doesn't actually touch the ground.
Okay,
It landed behind you.
great.
Alright,
Okay, ready?
again,
Yeah,
it'll
I
be
forgot, I
useful
forgot the
for these.
restraint condition on Zenzen.
God damn it!
My God.
God damn it!
Okay.
You know, when you enter the dream, you enter it the same way you were when you started.
Okay.
Good luck.
I will be using these focusing diagrams to begin projecting a portal into an immersive mindscape. The cast takes for about an hour to accomplish. During this time, you guys will have to perceive when things from places we don't really want them to show up might try to come in through this projection,
Oh,
and
fun.
then you have to talk them down and use your knowledge to understand their weaknesses.
You know, why are we doing this again?
Look, it's even if things go wrong, they can't really come through. They're just going to be a nuisance.
Wonderful.
All right, let's start.
Alright.
Who's first?
I'll roll perception check.
You're gonna want to
Uh,
reroll that.
Yeah,
Just don't roll a one.
Totally, Firefly's gonna be able to help.
it's like
That's
one higher.
that's definitely a failure.
Yeah.
All right, next up.
That's unfortunate.
Aruru or Sensen.
Wait, what are we rolling?
You're rolling diplomacy.
Party begins the.
You know what? That's fun for even if this ends up being bad. That's an 8.
It's not
Man,
great. These
we're
are pretty
not
high
we're not
rolls.
we're not doing this today.
Fortunately, we can try again. The ritual only takes an hour.
Well, being chaotic like this is a little distracting, but okay. This is fine.
Really? Look, getting successes are pretty important on this. Ah, yes.
There we go.
There's our girl.
Okay, that's a 19, a 26, and a critical. So how many successes is that a 1 success and 1 crit success?
That you're not understanding how a ritual works. Are these the secondary checks or
These are
which
the
one's
secondary
primary?
checks.
Okay. So what level is this ritual?
3rd.
3rd. Okay. I do believe that is a regular failure. There's at least a success and a crit success in there. So, where was your little? Wow, do you have it on your character sheet?
Yes.
Alright, let me
put
double
in
check
chat.
it. No, don't do that. Don't clog
Okay.
chat with random shit. What the fuck am I looking at in your ritual tab? Jesus Christ. Anyways.
Also,
Ah,
I need to redo my daily preparations because it is a new day.
so you need 3 secondary casters to do stuff. I believe it's easy DC, right? For secondary casters.
Yeah, it's not meant to be hard for the secondaries.
Okay, yeah. So that's 2 successes and a critical success. So you get a bonus to your primary check.
Oh, it's standards.
Alright.
If there are more secondary casters,
They can also try it. So other people
Yeah.
can roll perception. Is it
Yeah, if-
exclusive, or can multiple people do the same thing for this one?
from what I understand, from what I see, it's minimum, so multiple people.
Yeah, so
can try.
anyone can do any of this. Or wait,
I
no,
can
no.
roll either just
You have fulfilled your needs for either Arcana or Occultism, and then you have also fulfilled the need for Diplomacy or Deception. So now you must succeed at a Perception check from someone. DC
Yeah,
is 20.
someone needs to make perception check, being the people who are left, being either Zeta or Firefly. That's a success.
that was a
No!
nine. That was a 19.
She did it.
Congratulations. Firefly
That
got
was
in.
a 19.
Alright, cool. So, yes,
She
you have
Yay!
succeeded the secondary checks and now have a bonus to the
Let's
primary
go!
check. So someone
Yeah, I get it.
that's expert in Arcana or Occultism, primary check it.
Yep, I have a primary ritual check bonus, which is a bonus, and then I get a +2
There we go.
on top of
Let's
that
go.
from the crit success that Aroru got.
Set up.
Yes,
27.
that's 27.
That is
That's
thankfully because of
I'll be
your
back.
ritualist archetype and Aruru's crit. That is enough. That beats the very hard DC for this level.
and then
The hard DC.
we begin to all fall away from consciousness for a moment before suddenly waking up in Zeta's mindscape.
Minds. Party loses their consciousness. Instead of the normal falling asleep, it's like you're awake again, but moving through fog, water, something like that, and you see a light in front of you as it comes into focus. There's a door, pathway. Looks like there's starlight on the other side. And as you look around, you also see in this void of just mental thought, the shapes of your allies also moving towards this door with you. So, the party proceeds through. And from the hazy, blurry shapes that you all were in this ephemeral mental path, things become clear. Shapes start to take hold as you look around in a rather opulent, finely crafted, not palace, like platform. And there's a fog across this whole space that you find yourself in, and if you look up, see the stars. In fact, you see the stars in every direction. Aren't the platform or the structure that you found yourself appearing. Now, moment. Grab your tokens. There we go. No. Change it. You all find yourself strange place. How do you proceed, party? As very amusingly, Zen, you kind of just like flop in here, tied up.
Alright, well,
Face planted on
for starters, how do you do this thing?
It's technically not really a Ruru's rope. I'm pretty sure you can cut it. Also, it is stuck loading for me, so I'm going to have to refresh.
Alright.
No party.
Let's just get Zen out of this first then. And while we wait for all four to load in, I just want to see if Malimbi can figure out how to properly undo this fucking thing.
Oh, the ropes are kind of
Roll
in there.
craft
There's a lot
check.
of places for it to be sink into.
Damn it, Matt. It's just because Zen believes they're fucking tied up.
Okay, well, it really does not want me to look back in.
Alright.
It's a big map.
Takes her a bit, but she very
No, like, you
expertly
can-
removes the rope.
It's because I believe I'm tied up? Oh.
We're in a mindscape, Zen.
Wait. So what would happen if I believe I'm tied up again? Zen tries to believe she's tied up again just to see what happens.
Nothing happens.
It's not how the mindscape works. The only thing that's going to
Oh.
affect this world is Zeta's mind, and well, for the rest of us, this is quite real. Don't worry, anything that happens into you here isn't permanent, other than maybe mental damage. I'm not sure about that. If you, for some reason, get slain here, you will not die in the real world, but you don't really want to experience it.
Alright. Well, Zeta does not appear to be with us, which is to be expected, I suppose.
He should
Yeah.
be here. Perhaps the mindscape opened him up somewhere else.
There's a good chance of that.
I'll
Alright,
finally
let's
load
have a good look around. What do we see? Anything of interest? Is it just this? Just an empty platform?
Well, maybe something overlooking a platform is. I'm gonna take a look at the edge of the platform. Well,
That is,
that is... Wow. Who knew Zeta's mind could
Oh,
be this beautiful? Firefly, come take a look.
hmm.
Nami's trying to push the
It's
Firefly who is AFK. Doesn't work. Tiny
I'm back.
baby.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I'm here, but my screen went gray, and I
now it's still loading for you,
Yeah,
huh?
it's still loading for you.
I'll just have to. It'll take a little while. But
We switched maps, so
I know.
the
The
big
party
map.
is taking a look at Zeta's mindscape.
I should
Yeah,
have.
I
bounce
must
scaled it.
admit, I don't think mine would look like this either.
I'm surprised in the sense of how calm and empty it is, and like that's not a joke. Like, see, that's not stupid. Okay, before you go there, it's just
You mean
I was
it's clear.
expecting
It's
it to.
clear.
I
It's,
was expecting it to be more crowded, a mess
I mean,
almost.
it somewhat makes sense. Zeta functions like a trained monk, but not just physically, but well, I guess mentally as well. His mind is ordered, well disciplined and
I
organized.
know, but with the
And that aside, this does seem to somewhat line up with what I figured Gisticans would consider the epitome of creation. And their constructs were originally at least a little bit inspired by Axis, from what I understand, and this isn't too different from some of Axis's architecture.
I just figured without the probing we've done so far and the new memories, this new life he's led, kind of conflicting maybe with like his old sealed away memories, and I don't know, I kind of expected a bit more chaos,
I mean,
but I guess this show goes to show Zeta's mental discipline, and
yeah. Um, we should
let's go
try and
around,
find
let's get
Zeta.
down there.
Now, my mom is a monk. Definitely, her mind definitely wouldn't look like this. And she's like on instinct.
What about your other mom?
Oh, my mother? She's a cleric
Let's go, guys.
and an archer.
I suppose I can see
Uh,
Zeta
Her
from
mind would
here.
probably be pretty clear, except for when she's flustered, which is a lot.
I wonder
I assume I can see Zeta from here, Copter.
Yeah. And you see though, like along this wall near Zeta, you see his bookshelf in the Magambian, his room, and a bunch of books in it. It looks like stuff from the curriculum. And then kind of next to it, like all set in a row, organized, is like the pots you got from what was it? Amechi's like, place and like personal affects of Zeta's like all neat in a row. As well as some folders with what looks to be projects and things that you've done here at the Magambian, experiences you've had together.
Hmm.
Well, let's go meet up with him. Zeta.
Can the Firefly just jump down and glide?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry, just drag yourselves down. You don't have to be accurate to every single step in the map. Just gather up
No,
by Zeta.
immersion.
Immersion.
Zeta?
Immersion.
When we look at Zeta, are they like reacting to us, or?
Oh, first things first. Rue, you want to join the party there?
A woo woo.
Kiria? I don't know where Kiria's gone. So Zeta looks like normal. Or at least whatever this is looks like normal Zeta. As for its reaction, it's kind of like just guarding something. And Shin, I'll let you handle what it does.
Detecting anomalous presence, unauthorized presence within Mindscape, identifying targets, proceeding to execute purge protocol.
Wait. We're not unknown.
At distance.
We're friends of Zeta.
I don't think it cares.
Purge protocol initiated.
At
We have
distance.
Zeta's permission.
Can I in Jiskin say we are here on behalf of performing repairs for Unit Zeta.
We have tried this logic previously, it does not work.
Anything
This
happen,
programming
Shin?
does not allow wiggle room.
Initiating combat.
Initiating combat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Initiating combat. It's been declared. I only got one thing to roll
Well.
here.
Okay, can I roll diplomacy initiative?
Sure.
I did try.
God, Zeta rolled a 14 on his
I wanna roll
initiative, thank
acrobatics.
God.
I want to roll acrobatics if I can roll it. Acrobatically moving away and rolling a 1. No. All prone.
Fall.
You know what's funny? You still beat Zeta.
That's hilarious. What the fuck? Did I really roll that shit? Damn. Wow. I roll a 3.
Oof.
I roll a 3. Alright. Well, entire party, you get to go first.
I can try to calm him down, but we need to lower his mental protections is what I'm going with.
Okay. How well does a fear work on Zeta?
Probably not
Not
very.
yet. You know what?
Yippee, Dragon Claws!
Dragon Claws, activate Bloodline, give him the... Not like it to me, damn it. How do I send them
you gotta push it to the chat so I can drag it onto
I
him.
thought I had it in my hotbar for ease of access, but no. Go all
No,
the way
when
to
you
my sheet.
hotbar it puts it on you.
By the way, do you still have the restraint condition on you?
No.
Okay.
No, they definitely wiggle wormed all the way down the staircase while tied up. It was hilarious. You missed. Worm blessed blood magic. Ah.
And then, let's go with the... What level? It's only the one, I'll do just a... First level. Fear.
Here. Wow.
That's a crit success.
Roll the 14!
That's a critical success.
Yeah.
Bro has an impenetrable mind.
Look, he has the thing where, if he has a success, he
Yeah.
gets a crit success.
Yeah, he also just resists magic.
Yeah. Well, yeah, James does ever try casting shit on.
Alright,
Yeah, but it
speaking
works
of
for a lot
resist
of other
magic,
things.
I'm going to ball mod him and say, "You're not Zeta. You're just some basic prototype firewall."
Wow.
wow.
I didn't know we were going that hard.
Look, it's ball mod. I have to insult him enough to like distract him.
Insult him.
Yeah, I
So
probably
this
should
is
just try to demoralize, but.
so this is against his will DC.
Oh! Oh my god! Bro. No fucking way. You just convinced a
Well,
program to piss its pants.
That's a -3 on the following will save, as I'm going to cast
Yeah, push
a
it into the chat.
ball mod. Fuck, where are my actions? Ah, yeah, there.
Bro has been Von Mo.
As I'll cast my. I'm pretty sure if 4th rank Calm needs to be cast on him because he's level 7.
Yeah.
For him to not get a 1 success better.
Yup.
Yeah.
good luck.
Alright.
Oh, fuck you!
His mind is impenetrable.
Fuck!
Well, that's I'm gonna say, well, that did not work. Please break him.
Bro
I
is
don't
permanently locked in.
There's no way to affect him mentally because he just has those mental defenses.
He's
I mean,
just a
there's
Giga
no
Chad.
way. He just needs to roll lower.
He needs to roll lower than a 13. That is with Bon Mod.
Yeah.
Dude, this is like the most like flexed on by a 0 wisdom character I've ever seen.
Shut up.
Oh, I guess it's Mumby's to end your turn.
It's Malimble.
Yeah.
Their boy.
You know, I guess
The
we
real
get to
question
find out
is-
Zeta's weakness, maybe.
His one true weakness.
What will be
That's-
his
that-
personal
that's-
ambition?
Cute cat videos.
I'm gonna be honest, because Monk gets to choose what its crit save is, like fucking I don't know if he has a weakness.
Like I want to assume that Zeta has a somewhat lower reflex save because he goes pure strength because mountain stance, but then he's
Yeah.
still a monk, so I'm like
Well, you still have to
Monks don't
choose.
automatically
one way
get
to
evasion.
try.
They choose, and he chose will, not reflex, so he doesn't have evasion or anything like that, so.
Smile.
we'll start by
Smile.
we'll start with exploit vulnerability.
Maybe Firefly can fling him off the bridge.
Or finally get that lightning dash to get full damage.
Probably not.
But the question is,
Yeah.
what's his personal antithesis? Because I heard Ulfra ask that before. Well, I happen to have Transfer
weak.
Zeta's schematics on me.
I mean, he had. Zeta has no weaknesses, my limby boy.
Oh, I afflict some of my own. Since I'm here, might as well check what his... I want to talk to him. Libby's really conflicted right now. He wants to talk to Zeta, but given his previous experiences with the firewall, he knows it's futile. We'll see how good his reflex save is. We'll start by flinging magic, and we'll use electricity for this one.
Wing! Oh, that was a cool little effect.
Oh, I missed
Alright,
it. Damn.
yeah. Save.
Also, this one's not
Dodge!
supposed to be here.
He fails to dodge!
Alright, good.
Bro has +3 dex, goddamn.
It's only 9 damage, but he's now also flat-footed.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Off guard. There is no flat-footed in bossing, say.
There is if I say there is. Fuck you.
Off guard.
And
Sorry.
that brings us to our room.
Disposition.
Excited. My only thing is, please do not get in a line with him.
Oh, he's
That's why
off.
in particular.
By the way, he's off guard till the end of my next turn.
Yep. Ruru.
So this is gonna be well.
Kill! No
Hey, he
strike!
doesn't have his stance up yet, so that's a hit.
Yep.
Damage.
Damn.
And
More
28 damage.
damage. And then persistent electricity damage. Yippee!
Damn.
Damn.
Okay.
Phased him. Phased the robot to death. Oh. That was pretty spicy. Alright.
Yeah, we
Firefly.
just hit him, I guess.
He's still a PC. He doesn't have boss levels of HP.
True.
Yo.
Just EMP him.
Yeah, just
They're
wait until-
EMPing. They're trying to EMP him.
Takes out a magnet.
Just wait until phase 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to EMP him.
Oh,
We get him,
I-
or we get him down. He starts.
he
reading.
fails to dodge! Oh my god, no way! Full damage!
I'm gonna pop out right here. I end on his block. I'm gonna pop out right here though.
Yep.
So I get full damage. Yeah.
Get full damage.
He
Yeah.
gets full damage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 212.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
god!
Yo!
Holy
Yes!
shit!
Holy
Yes! Yes! And Firefly still has 1 extra remaining.
You can do a melee
much-
strike.
How much
Melee,
HP
melee.
is he?
I
He had
can,
1 HP. Tell me he has.
Your
one.
blast.
yeah, I can blast, which brings
Target
us
him.
back
Target him.
up.
Tar-
I
Hits,
did target
hits.
him before I rolled.
Roll damage.
It is still damage!
You
I
did
don't-
not include your strength.
That's because
It's
it
not
doesn't.
That's melee.
No.
It's
Wait.
melee.
I'm not, well,
Wait,
she's
Does
just
he have any
blasting
strength?
him.
let me double check.
She's just
Yeah.
blasting him. She's not meleeing him.
If you're adjacent to him, there's no reason not to melee blast.
I'm also.
It rolls the same.
I know it rolls the same. I'm just blasting him. I'm not meleeing him. Eh.
No, it is melee. No,
No, it is melee because you're within
Jetty.
melee range of elemental blast.
there are 2 modes for elemental blast. There is a melee blast and a ranged blast. In addition to the fact that you can do a 1-action or 2-action version of that blast.
Yeah.
And when you do
And
it
then-
in
and then
melee,
melee.
you gain your strength to the damage on top of its normal effects.
Does he even
Which
have all the strength?
really matters because that's 2 more damage, and you'll notice
Oh.
he has 2 health. So, due to extremely bad roll in initiative,
We take him out of 1 turn.
you literally like 1-round him. You literally
Holy
like
shit.
kill him before he even gets a chance to do anything.
Firefly's like, was that supposed to be scary?
So today,
Sorry.
Firefly learns how to use melee blasts.
Alright, you tase the robot to death, and you'll notice, like, when it collapses, it's, like, hollow.
I'm sorry, Zeta.
Well, we tried, but it is just this firewall, I suppose. It's not really.
It still feels wrong to an extent.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Is it bad to say that I kind of
Yeah.
wanted to do that to him for like a while now?
What?
Is it,
Wow.
is it because of that time in the bath?
Yes! Yes, it's because that one time!
It's 'cause
But I didn't...
Alright, is this
Damn.
the whole ass crystal actually here with the magic circle that I see?
Yeah.
Well,
If only
guess
this
most I'll
wasn't
take
the
a
look. Come on.
mindset. If only this wasn't the mindset.
He's moving.
don't touch anything
No.
before we get
Firefly.
taken a good look.
Firefly's walking around it. I'm assuming there's a way to get underneath everything, right? Like these are just floating around it.
What?
What are we looking at with this crystal is what
It is as it appears on the map. Although instead of Elvish script from Lord of the Rings, it's more like more
Jiskin.
standard runes for no, not Jiskin actually. Looks it looks like the kind of runes you guys use in like your curriculum that are taught at the Magambia.
Can I try to ascertain the purpose of this device?
You
By-
may.
by looking at the
Right
runes?
here.
You may roll either Arcana or Craft.
Since I have diverse lore esoterica, I could also use that, right? It's a -2 penalty to the check, but
Yeah, that's
I
the
could then
roll
use it
for.
I could then
You can use it for
any
everything,
topic.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure, yeah.
because that's still a +15. It's still higher than my Arcana.
Yeah, you can use that, of course. Works on anything.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Okay. So, this, it's a kind of... What was the new name for Magic Mouth? It's a... It's an embedded message, is what it is. Sort of like a recording, or something, like... Or more appropriately in this situation, a memory. This one is locked, but it's not like it's not like another Zeta is gonna suddenly appear on top of you. This one is just here, and you could, activate it to play back the memory.
I suppose we'll activate it.
Alright, everyone, gather around. This appears to be an embedded message. If we manage to activate it, we might get a glimpse into Zeta's memories. Given that Zeta is not necessarily here with us, we might need to just bring this information back for him.
Yes. Okay.
So
Let's
will attempt to activate it.
All right. So, go ahead and activate it, and the crystals spin rapidly for a moment. And then they suddenly stop, and a kind of illusion replaces them, or like you look into them like a crystal ball, like as if you go to like see through a room, and when you see in that, it's a darkness, but like a little tiny bit of like kind of light appears, like a little like lens flare, like in this darkness, and you hear the voice of a man, and he says in a very frantic tone, "Treasure Zeta, defense mode! Immediately! Engage! Now! 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 Defend me at all costs from Alpha! He's gone rogue!" And as he says that, the kind of light expands, and you see like the inside of just absolutely filled to the brim with all sorts of magical baubles and artificer kind of tools and the craft workshop. And you see like also like hanging on the walls like parts of Zeta or like duplicate parts of Zeta, as well as other automaton parts all over the place. And you hear an alarm like going off like in the background, like ringing bells, like really loud, like there's sirens going. And you hear a crashing as like the room shakes, and presumably from like, you know, Zeta's height, you see the vision forward, like as it, like a POV video, the entity, presumably Zeta, rise up and begin to take a step forward and push the doctor behind him. And the walls begin to crash, and you see out from like the dust a like growing red light as a blade starts to part through the smoke, and then the memory ends there.
Does anyone else have a cold shiver run down their spine? Hearing all of that?
Notably, one of the smaller crystals that is spinning very rapidly, and then like kind of like cracks and like stops abruptly, while the rest of the crystals seem fine and reset to normal.
Does that mean there's there's 3 other memories, or is that the main memory?
To answer your question, Firefly, Malimbi, you kind of, after sort of sussing out what this thing was, you're pretty sure whatever that was is like almost like something that's like forgotten or like incomplete. Like the memory abruptly stopped there, and the crystal couldn't get to it.
I think Zeta's mind is fragmented. I think this is as much as we're going to get out of this one, as the crystal cannot reach the rest of the memory. It might be worth checking out the others, though.
You think?
Before we continue on, though, there is something I must tell you. I have had some background information on Zeta for a while now. Do you all remember the jungle drakes?
Yes, those are not that easy to forget.
Zeta got pretty damaged during that encounter, and as I was patching him up, I noticed inside of him a name. We looked into that name and found some very, very old records, which is where I got a copy of Zeta's schematics. I promised to originally not reveal this information to anyone, but given where we are now and the things we might find in here, it might be best for you all to know. Zeta is not the only one of its kind. He is one of several in the Trenzor series. More were never produced due to the cost involved, but he is a new type of automaton that houses the soul of a fallen warrior. There are others with similar names, such as the one we just heard, called Alpha. I assume there's a Beta, a Gamma. Basically, Zeta's brothers and sisters. Though, you know, perhaps not in life, given that they house the souls of fallen warriors. If one of Zeta's brothers and sisters went rogue, well, that not sure what else to expect, but draw your own conclusions from that as you will. I think we have a lead as well on who Zeta was in life, but no wait, no, let me recall that. I know that we figured out the name of who Alpha was in life. Keep an eye out for the name Arexu. That will also refer to Alpha. Other than that, when we try to access deeper memories, we got prompted with a password, which we did not possess. I've never been this far myself as we have gotten here, but I figured you all should know these little bits of details that we found before, as they seem to be relevant right now.
I'm not going to lie, this would have been useful to know before we stepped into Zeta's mind.
Why do you think that I told you that your attempts to communicate with the firewall was not going to work?
Well, I did not know you already had such information. It's look.
I know.
It's not your secret to tell. I'm not angry with you. It's just.
I know. I made a promise to Zeta, but as much as I hate breaking promises, now is the time.
I just wish he'd told us himself, knowing that we were going to be looking in his mind.
I'd hoped that he would, but alas.
Suppose we're all entitled to some secrets, though. As I look around the party.
Squint.
Regardless, we should look at the other memories. We're here anyway now. We need to get as much information that Zeta still has access to and can't access otherwise.
That seems like a good plan. And again, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner.
All's forgiven. So, do these other 3 crystals hold memories?
The smaller ones, not so much. They seem to be part of the same contraption. The other platforms, however, if I look over from here, they do seem to contain another crystal over there, at least.
Then the platform to our right is our next stop.
That was my intention as well. So over here, this big platform, while I'm passing through, there doesn't appear to be a big crystal here.
No.
There's something there at the end there, which is...
There is a huge, complex, sort of a... I guess in appearance it is portal-like, but you can see through it somewhat, and you see, like, a very complex, sort of, kind of MC Escher-like place beyond it. It's hard to see into it, but there's a lot of moving things in there, and a lot more of these moving crystals, and some of them appear to be playing out various scenes from who knows when, where, how, as it's a rolling complex of places in motion from beyond.
We'll get to that in a minute. Right.
Party, move up.
Now, if my eyes do not deceive me, compared to the other one, this one almost appears inactive. It does not have the same glow as the others, is the initial suspicion for this.
Mm,
Does it
Make
seem
me
inactive?
that esoteric lore check on it, or Arcana craft if you wish.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the first lore.
Yeah.
Let's go. Oh, look,
Again.
another 17! Oh, who did we lose? We lost Jetty. Fuck.
We lost the Gibbles.
No.
Be fine. It'll be fine. What the fuck? Why did Zeta appear over here? What the hell? How'd that happen? Your dead body. Go back in the corner where you belong.
Wait, he's a dead body.
What?
Loot him.
Yeah.
You just want his dead body to loot. Shut.
The dead body loot him. No, you cannot do that. No, you
Loot
absolutely
him
cannot
off
loot that
of
one.
his
Wait a
body,
minute.
Loot off of his firewall's corpse.
No,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
It was
With this
hollow,
one easy
so-
trick, you can get infinite money.
Mindscape, you will not be able to
Where's- no,
take
I'm
anything from the
on my
Mindscape
GM
with
lair.
other
God
than
damn it.
knowledge.
Honkai Star says otherwise.
Well, we're not in Honkai Stars.
Unrestricted. Yeah.
It could be.
No,
You don't know that.
I know, I do. We are not.
Okay. Anyways, so this crystal. Alright, you roll your esoteric lore, you get the same exact roll.
Yep.
Spicy. So this one, it seems like basically the same as the first, but a little less complex, so it's probably like not as big of a memory but so the reason why it's like not glowing is like this one is it's not locked. It's just a memory that is here.
Okay. Well,
Let's take
Wish
a
to play
look.
it?
let's
Wish to activate it?
yes, let's activate it.
Alright, let me double check my notes here. Okay, so this one starts like in the dark, similarly with the little light going, but you don't stay there very long. As soon as the light turns on, you see kind of nothing. It's like kind of weird as you wait like 2 seconds, as it's just like a little bit of light in the darkness, and then you hear like just abruptly, oh, audio senses online. Yes, open your eyes, Transor Zeta, if you can hear me. And then the light expands. Is a POV shot kind of again. However, what you're seeing is almost like he's like laying down, but like his head up, kind of in a position if you're like from Zeta's point of view. But it appears more like mounted up on kind of a wall or a machine or something like that. And you see the man from before, far less sweaty and panicked, and maybe a couple years younger, or maybe he went through something stressful in the other memory. You know how life is. And then you hear another voice kind of a little bit further away, but in the same room, and they say to him, Dr. Ojawan, this is the last one. We can't afford any more for the project, and to be frank, I don't think things are looking so great for Jiska politically. It's like, it's fine. Zeta will be our last one then. He will focus on defense. He'll be a guardian. And if all else fails, he can at least help the Magambia. But my purpose is to create automatons for Jistka, and I will satisfy that purpose. Rather, you, as you kind of like see his finger poke on the POV, you, Anzor Zeta, will protect. Remember that. I think this has been a successful test. And then the memory abruptly ends, although you can tell from the embedded message that is the end of the memory. It's similar to completely losing consciousness, but more artificial and abrupt.
So
Well-
I guess this was the start of Transfer Zeta.
That does explain a lot about his behavior.
Interestingly, they already knew that the Disc Empire was not doing very well.
From what I recall from my history lessons, I mean, the writing was on the wall when between the fiend constructs they were making and the deliberate sabotage of the Osirian Empire and the Decretanan League. They were the most powerful nation, but the other two most powerful nations teaming up together and destroying their trade, well, that will collapse any empire. I suppose it's interesting though that, I mean, Zeta was truly just built for the Magambia. And he found his purpose eventually, even if it was several millennia later.
Well, none of this is particularly new. It does put things in a new light, I suppose.
Do you think the person his creator was talking to was the alpha one? Or perhaps just an assistant?
Probably just an assistant. Dikembe Olajuwon probably had several people working with him on this. I doubt he'll be able to pull something like this off on his own, right?
It definitely was the voice of a human or an elf or something like that.
Definitely wasn't.
It definitely was in the voice of like a human or an
Okay.
elf. Someone that was probably an assistant or another.
If Zeta's purpose was
scientist.
to be a defender, then I wonder what the others' purposes were.
Well, Alpha did go rogue, and
Yeah, but
they needed
nothing.
Zeta to defend against him, so I'm gonna assume that Alpha was the one specialized in assault.
Perhaps, but
They probably went out to go deal with problems while Data stayed here to just
perhaps,
defend,
but
keep the peace.
they could have easily been magically inclined, martially inclined like Zeta.
Problem
Or-
is, we
I think
don't
that's
know exactly
weird.
how many there are either.
Yeah,
You mentioned
that's-
souls?
the Gisticans could eventually learn. They started with implanting elemental spirits into their constructs, but later on they learned to implant the souls of more complex creatures into their constructs as well. I just don't know what kind of soul Zeta would have had. I don't think he would have been a basic elemental one necessarily.
Well, didn't you mention fallen warriors?
That is what the Trenzor series is supposed to be, where they take the souls of fallen warriors and give them a new body.
Perhaps they
So
were
people.
Gistican soldiers.
I would assume Jiskin soldiers or, well, other distinct individuals.
You know,
So-
I'm kind of putting something together.
Hmm.
I mean, if the soul of people who are complex and make all sorts of, their own choices, are able to change, but you put that in a body that adheres to strict programming and protocols.
It's hard to control such things. The reason
Well,
elemental
at least I can kind of see why one could have gone rogue then.
Well, there was a larger problem in the Giscan Empire. A lot of their constructs went rogue because well, elemental spirits were perfectly happy listening to the programming that was put into the constructs. Other souls are much more, well, idealistic.
This is pretty much why I used the words "give them a new body" rather than "give them a new life," because I imagine they didn't enjoy much in the way of freedom.
Perhaps Zeta's soul was of a person that was already fairly rigidly structured and was willing to accept the programmed belief. And perhaps Alpha wasn't.
He probably could have already been somebody who is just happy to just protect the Magambia.
Or protect anyone.
I wonder if
Yeah.
any of these are going to give us Zeta's name. That's the one we don't have. We have the Kimbeolage one. We have Arexu Mafi, who is the warrior that is inside of Alpha's body. I don't have Zeta's name yet. I wonder.
Well, perhaps the big one here has a memory where we will learn.
It looks to be holding plenty of memories.
There should be.
Oh, Jerry dead again.
No, Jerry. Well, that's not good. Oh, Jetty.
No.
We will walk up to the next orb. Crystal thing.
Come on. Jerry, come back.
Did you come back?
Alright. So. Everyone inclined to keep going still?
For Zeta. Besides, I mean, there have to be some happy memories in here somewhere, right?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I mean, that last one could have been a happy memory.
Yeah.
If he is indeed a warrior, I imagine his life was filled with a lot of hardship as well. And knowing people's minds, as you would as well, Yidin, people tend to dwell on the negative more than the positive.
Yeah, that said, well, I assume that the memory of Alpha is negative. There's not necessarily a reason to assume that the one that wasn't locked was considered negative.
I
Well,
suppose.
I pose that maybe the locks on Zeta's memory are from himself. That the betrayal of Alpha was terrible emotionally that Steve suppressed it, which is represented by the lock on the memory.
And with a little luck, he's not going on a rampage in the Magambia right now after unlocking that.
Well, from what I gather, Zeta never went on a rampage.
No, but who knows how his personality might change as we unlock these memories. As he will likely remember in the real world.
Look, that's not our decision to make, rather what he does with this information. But he deserves to know everything about himself, or there will always be things lacking in him.
Alright.
Well, I can at least say I can. And
Jetty's
something is
back.
inside a body that has a memory awakened that isn't pleasant. I can say that it's not a good feeling, at least. Everybody ears flatten.
No, it's not, but it is information. And information can just be used to make informed decisions. As long as you have the whole context. The parts of us that we don't like, they bring us to who we are in spite of them, but even in being in spite of them, they are still important parts. If you don't know why you are a certain way because you suppressed it, then you don't know how you'll change. Then you don't know why you're changing either, or not changing with new events. Understanding yourself is, it's like playing without a full deck of cards.
Well, let's
In my
unlock the
case,
rest
it's
then.
more like two different decks of cards for two different games shuffled together.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
these
just hope
smaller
I don't
crystals
alpha.
over here, does that appear to be the controlling mechanism for this further gate, for this like gate looking fucking thing down the back, or do we ever actually interact?
Yup.
Like,
Because
okay,
currently this portal looks like in front of it has like fogged glass.
okay.
Perhaps it's a way to select memories.
Possibly. I will assume that it has something to do with the orientation of these crystals, perhaps?
Well, let's try to shift them a
Kind
little.
of like a code. I'm gonna try and see if I can find a way to activate this. Operate it.
Alright. As soon as you interact with it in any way, shape, or form, all the crystals in this center platform turn red and immediately slam down into the floor and like go into recesses.
That.
Then, uh, oh yeah, Jetty, are you all connected and good before we start here?
Phase 2.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, alright. Wait. Alright. Then, that happens. The large portal-like mechanism in the back rotates rapidly, and something emerges from it. Entity that emerges from
Pre-buff.
Eeks. It's a pre-buff.
Yeah.
You do not get a pre-buff.
Oh. Oh.
Oh,
Hang on. Alright.
He's got a sword arm.
Sword. Unauthorized access. Attack mode engaged.
Here we go again.
Start combat.
Did we see any of Alpha from the other memory, or it's just a sword?
I just saw a sword come
You
through.
saw a sword.
Oh, this is surprise, so I guess, yep, this is perception. F.
Why isn't it allowing me to open up my sheet? I can't roll. Except by clicking the button that I want.
You can click on the thing in the top of the screen on your token there.
I
There's
don't
dice
want to
on.
do that. I want to actually go into my character sheet and change something. Because I have it set to acrobatics, not perception.
Try
That's why you
pressing
still click it in the
C
initiative
on-
bar, and it'll pop up the window anyway, where you can still change it.
Yep.
I believe.
I thought it. Oh,
I mean, that depends if they have it set to click and auto roll or shift click and then it opens up the thing.
type substance. No, I can't. I can't. It doesn't let me change it here.
Can you
I
press
always
like
see it's like
C on your keyboard and see if that opens your character sheet, or
no. It's like I don't have access to my own character sheet right
what
now.
about in like the actual actors tab? Like if you go in there in the party and like click on Firefly in there, will it open the sheet for you?
I'm apparently I'm having issues. It's not letting me open up my.
Oh, you disconnected.
character sheet.
I just saw you fall out of the player list.
No.
Yeah, but it was just showing like player character dot something. It wasn't actually showing like character sheet or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You definitely like dropped and it wasn't getting the data back. So that's probably what happened.
I want to
We'll
roll
s-
perception instead
Yep,
of
yep,
acrobatics.
perception. Perception, initiative, roll. I'll handle that. Don't worry too much about it. And tragedy. All right. We'll start combat and hopefully you can get back in. Begin encounter.
Unfortunately, I'm
Malimbi!
sorry. That's not good.
Well, I'll have to switch my
Ah,
exploit vulnerability, I suppose.
the return of your buffs not. Okay. Love it.
It's always the case. I see him though.
DCs.
Success. No highest weaknesses detected. We'll use personal antithesis, I suppose. Do I kind of want information right now, but if there's anything like Zeta, there is no talking to it. And well, given the, well, I might as well fling magic.
Bling! Yippee!
Use electricity again. Might as well. That's a success. Alright, well, it still takes half damage. And then it doesn't take the additional effects because it succeeded.
Wait. It has a plus 23. You have a DC of 23.
Mm-hmm.
As you
Then I
fling
Rolls an 8,
magic,
succeeds by 8.
as you fling magic, this thing like literally, as the projectile approaches it, it kind of like ducks down in like a perfect split into like a spider crawl.
Alright, well, reflex is not what we want to target here.
I am going to cast 3-action magic missile. It has 120 feet range, so that's plenty of range.
Beep, beep, beep.
I'll have to roll separately, so that's 6d4.
Yep, 64 plus 6. You're shooting triple missile all at him. Triple action. All the missiles. hurt. What the hell?
This one's quite a bit tougher.
All right.
That's my turn.
Yep. Aruru, you're up. Wow, yippee.
Attempt.
Really far away,
Enemy is in fact really far away.
which might work to our benefit for one round at least.
Pew, pew, pew. Needle him.
Miss.
Yes. Tragic.
Oh,
Ah.
fuck me. I tried.
Tragedy. Alright. Oh. Turn.
Hey, look, at least it didn't happen on your spell strike. You got it out of
It's-
your system.
It's turn. Alright. What's in my bag of goodies here? How far can I go with this?
Not
Yeah.
far enough.
Yeah. Oh, no, it can go real far. K-Rush!
Well,
Can I go? Oh, I gotta go.
it's a monk.
That is not the tile I clicked on. What? That's the tile I clicked on. Teleports behind you, nothing personnel, kid, as it comes out of this, like, almost spider-scrawl stance. Suddenly flaring up from its back, kind of like arcane sigils, almost like thrusters, as it kind of moves, and the wind around, like, the air around you kind of, like, shifts with it in a blur, as it kind of swirls the fog away and cuts through it and appears behind you, Din.
That's unfortunate.
And then it's going to
Hit me a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna hit you a lot. I'm
It's probably
deciding
gonna
on
crit me a lot.
the method of hitting you it's gonna do. I mean, you're the only person that's hit it really in a meaningful way so far. So it's gonna then do key strike and do a flurry of blows in this key strike. Oh. What happens if I click roll damage? Did roll stupid? It will be stupid. That is not what I want to do. So, get those, axe out.
Well, at least it's blowing all its focus points immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, at least that. Alright.
Well,
Swing! Oh my
Hits
god, it
me
hit.
on a 3.
It hit
key
you on a
strike,
3.
key
It
strike
hit you.
mattered.
Key strike mattered, bro. Key strike mattered.
It hit me on a 3.
Oh my god. So, this is the damage
Yeah.
from just the hit. And then here's the damage from key strike that you also take when it does this. Then it does its second attack from
That's
flurry
right.
of blows.
It's not a crit.
Oh, misses.
Wait, no.
It's
That's not. No, wait, no. That's not factoring key strike's buff. Because key strike is a plus
It's
one
not-
status
oh,
bonus
it's
to
not-
attack rolls.
It didn't factor
So that
in
does hit because of the
So it
plus
does
one.
hit.
No, it's not a crit at least.
It's not a crit, at least.
Key strike mattered.
But
I
you
am
probably are going to go
immediately
down.
very damaged, and I'm in need
And
of
then
help.
also, don't forget the key strike damage to go with it.
Ugh.
That's a problem.
Alright, he has one action remaining. What's he gonna do? He's just gonna... Man, is this the legendary triple swing angle? Yeah, I think it's the legendary triple swing angle.
Yidin's going down.
Oh!
No. Miss.
Alright. Now let me not forget the concealed he gets for doing key rush. Our man's has activated attack mode.
That's a
Dude, I
problem.
love how that effect looks at him. That is honestly exactly what I was thinking with like the roiling wind across him. Alright. That's his turn.
good.
It's a pretty good turn.
No.
I really need Sam to show up now.
He is Sam.
You are
No,
facing
no,
Sam.
no,
What did you say? Is it Shin?
You are facing Sam.
Yeah, I'm putting up my own music.
Well, I was gonna haste Aru, but I think I need to heal you, dude.
I'll haste Aruru, don't worry.
I think a third level one's fine.
Oh no.
There goes Shitty.
Jetty. The curse of Jetty's
Okay.
internet. It's Ruru time. I mean, not Ruru, it's Zenzen time. Yippee! Health! Wow, that was like one of his attacks.
It's still appreciated.
Yeah, maybe I should have done a fourth level, but
Honestly, it doesn't matter. If it does that again and even crits me once, I will go down in 1 round.
yeah. I also don't. I had this distinct feeling that mental won't work very well in this either.
I mean,
Gotta have some weakness.
gotta debuff him somehow.
Reflex definitely is not his weakness.
I forget. Do you have the thing for Thaumaturge that tells you defenses of a creature?
Don't think that's specifically a thing.
Yeah, like
Let's see.
resistance and immunities or whatever.
Yeah. Let's just, for now, Dragon Claws.
Greg.
And give him the debuff.
Deburf.
Open.
It's like I don't think that's specifically a thing.
Okay. I didn't remember if that was specific. I didn't want to deny you anything that you were supposed to get, and I couldn't remember every single ridiculous thing that Thaumaturge does, because it's the class with the most words. You know?
Class
I
too
wonder.
wordy.
I wonder, which class has more words? Kineticist due to just a raw feat count, or Thaumaturge because it's fucking Thaumaturge?
Yeah.
Kineticist.
Yeah.
And then Dame.
Dame,
Tempest.
Intimidate.
That's
He
not
does.
work.
It does not seem amused. It is unfazed by the tiny fox intimidation display. All right, Firefly, you're up. Jetty, you loaded in. Everything good?
I'm just gonna blast him to make it easy. Like two
What?
action blasts, and then a single action blast.
To make it easy.
Eldritch Blast.
To make it easy, she says. Like I didn't just get nearly mollywopped into.
And don't forget conceal.
And oh yeah, concealment too. You gotta roll a concealment on these attacks.
Yeah, they do have.
I
concealment
can't
and all that
roll.
stuff,
That's why I'm saying to make it easy, cause I can't
Pain.
tell where everything is.
Yeah, I don't
hate
know what's
this.
going on with
My internet is crappy.
Yeah,
Ignore it.
yeah. All right.
It's not you, it's me.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Does this say range? Yeah. It's... All right. Oh, our boy here. It's blasted. I'll blast him. That's a critical hit. Critical blast.
Nice.
We're
Oh
back in
my
it, boys.
god!
We're back in it, boys.
Got a critical blast.
Critical blast.
I love it, the blast for the win.
Wait.
I accidentally damaged you, not him.
Give me back my health, motherfucker.
Alpha takes 20 damage. Got him. All right, and then I'm brain farting right now. You don't have like a crit effect right now. You don't. Okay. And you blast him again. Nope, not like that. One action version. See it? Just roll another 20. That's a 16. Oh, it misses.
You missed by 2 on a 16.
Yeah. Also, I forgot about the
That's
concealment. So let's see if you actually crit him. You
It
did.
has
Okay,
29 AC. Like, damn.
good. Yeah, you got 29 AC, bro. Bro is built to fight.
We could really use Zeta right now.
So, good turn. Got the crit in. All right, Malimbi.
Well, first things first. I assume I should haste out of the.
Haste. All right. Enjoy your free crack cocaine, Ruru. Final action, Malimbi.
For my final action, there's not really a lot I can do, except, you know, move.
Did you already identify it?
I did exploit vulnerability.
Fair enough.
I could try and recall knowledge on it, I suppose.
All right. Do your lore esoterica.
Which is without the penalty, because Lore Esoterica is meant to be used on creatures. Unfortunately, I rolled a 7.
Yeah, that's
total of
pretty bad,
24.
Chief. I don't think that's gonna fly. Yep, that doesn't work. That is not
Yeah,
applicable.
it's fine. Well, you didn't. You're up.
No, I'm not. It's or wait, I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I am.
Yes.
Well, I would consider the place I am in to be a pickle, and knowing what monks can do, I don't feel like it's safe to just
Mildly pickled.
move away.
You can always step.
Yeah, that's true. Tell you what, I'm gonna inspire courage first because I'm pretty sure that doesn't trigger reactions.
Yippee! You do.
So let's see if you fucked up,
Hang on.
or if Foundry fucked up. I mean,
Animation disabled. Fuck you. Submitting closed.
good job.
Yay, I can actually see now, motherfucker, bitch.
Yeah. No, it didn't do it. Why?
Bruh.
Get rid of effects. Get rid of fucking die. Get out of here, effects. Stop lagging. I changed it inside the fucking dialogue box instead of the sheet, so that's why. Oh my god! And you know what? You do your turn. I'm going to address this immediately.
Okay. Just thinking of what I should do. I guess I'll step. See if that does anything bad to me.
It is a step. It shouldn't. I hope.
You step, and it explicitly says cannot have reactions trigger because it's a step.
Look, I'm just a little fearful considering what just happened. Okay.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't
Okay.
Molly
Don't
wants.
forget your base knowledge.
Look, base knowledge is still well and good, but like,
There is something that's like you do something even if they step, but I forget what it was. I think somewhere.
I'm gonna ball bottom. And say,
Okay.
God, Zeta punches way harder than you.
Damn.
Wow.
Very
Nothing
convincing.
happens. There's not a single thought behind that thing's eye.
Fuck.
It is immune.
Well, mental effects don't work.
So no mental, no reflex.
No emotion, I think, specifically.
Fortitude.
Gee, that thing Zeta's really good at applying.
Alright, well, what would you like to do? Is that the end of your turn, right?
That is my
that
three
was all his
actions.
actions, yeah.
Yep, okay, alright. Speaking of actions, Aruru, you have 4 of them. Oh, are you
man.
approaching
Ooh,
me?
have 40 feet of movement.
Inside of Firefly's aura, she does.
Firefly's aura does.
Alright, you get up in there.
Plus 10 feet, baby! Firefly is always affected
Engage.
by her own aura.
Spell
So she has 50 feet of movement by herself.
Oh,
That was a 19.
That should have been a 19.
You know what? That's an easy read.
That's a 17.
There we go.
Hey! That's a hit.
Just hit it as hard as you can, with as much spell damage as you can.
Because we're never going to crit this thing unless we roll net 20.
Alright. Now, before you get too excited, I need you to roll for concealment.
Oh yeah, right. It is concealed.
Oh, that's...
It did key rush, so... Oh!
Oh, there's the
Yeah,
net 20.
That's. I mean, look, it's a hit. That's all that matters.
It's a hit! It goes through!
We'll fucking take it. Alright, so
22
that's,
and 24 damage.
46 points of damage.
I know what I'm
That
planning
was
on
interesting.
doing my next turn.
I like how it
What-
visually, like, rolls again, but that should be the
Oh.
same number as them combined,
Oh, you
right?
can combine them?
Yes! I hit the combine.
That's
I got
fancy.
that because, you know, Zeta flurries of blows, and that's part of how that works. And also, that's how that works for Spell Strike, although it will almost never matter.
Neat.
Anyways, this was cooler because I don't have to scroll through the list, and you can just explode their balls with the damage directly. Just kablam! And then also, I do have to scroll up for fucking Shocking Grasp.
Alright,
All
so
right.
there's one action left.
But yeah, you have one action left. Oh, jeez, I didn't even realize that because you strode and Spell Strike. What do you do?
Gonna recharge.
Alright, you recharge. Aruru's strike brings the creature low. Progress is made. Let's see if it's enough.
Now it's his turn.
Now it's his turn. Alright, Alpha's gonna show you why it's Alpha. What's gonna do? Okay. Okay. Sorry, I have a complex ability here that I need to double check if it's even a good idea to use it here. Be good. Problem is, okay, maybe not. Maybe it is.
Anyone else get a little bit concerned when Leggett has to think this long about the turn he's doing?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Because in my mind, I'm about to get Kamehameha off the fucking platform.
dude, I really wish Inner Radiance Torrent was available to monks, cause like, come on, how you gonna not give them Kamehameha?
Yeah.
They do have another. They do have a monk key spell that is like a force blast, which is kind of like it because it's giant.
Yeah,
combo
whatever,
energy.
Key Blast, nobody cares about it, fucking lame.
I like it.
Anyways, we're gonna... Wait. Yeah. It'll do that. Alright, So first things first, it loses concealment because that'll look round. And second, it will say considerable threat. And it will cast Unfolding Wind Rush. So it'll get to step away from you, and then also stride. And it can stride into the air. Far away would you be? In range. As it rushes backwards, creating a wall of wind between you and him. Real quick, draw that up for. Wind wall right there. And as it does so, it literally, like, floats from arcane power. And he will shoot back at you, Rue, as it points the sword arm towards you, and then you hear like a kind of sound, like almost expecting like a gun to fire, but you realize pretty quickly as the warped air comes through that this was like a vacuum wave, like a just air blast shot at you at extreme force.
I do have a question.
As it goes into a flurry of blows.
I do have a question. This is just going back to my turn.
What?
He failed.
Oh my god.
Does that count as natural air?
That is not natural air. That is magically created air by his ability.
That is what I wanted to know.
Damn. That's brutal on the first roll. Whew, just barely.
By one.
Just barely hit by one. Bang!
It's 13.
And then it'll do one last YOLO roll.
So it put up a wind wall and then it flurry of blows from a distance?
Yes, because it's using its wind crashed range 30 feet unarmed strike.
Oh, that thing.
Wait, does this thing have like 4 focus points?
That was all 3 of its focus points.
That was 3.
It key rushed, a key strike, and then unfolding wind rushed.
Am I misremembering the wind crash stance?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Wind Crash is a
You imply that it needs to enter a stance, and he's not just like that.
Yeah, true.
You misunderstand. He's permanently locked in, alright? There is no stance
Yeah,
for, for Alpha. Also, Zap. He's being tased.
Sensen.
I was gonna try to do a funny grapple on him, but he's flying now. I cannot do that.
They fly
Funny
now?
grapple.
They fly now.
They fly now. No. He's just walking on air.
I'm walking on sunshine.
Fucking dude with his Jesus complex
There-
walking on there.
There was no sunshine here.
Not even Jesus could walk on air.
There is starlight. It counts. The sun is a star.
Not in Pathfinder, it isn't.
Wait, is it like a portal plane of fire or
It's
something
a
like
portal.
what the fuck?
It's a portal to to Creation's Forge, aka the plane of positive energy.
Oh, that's hilarious. So the sun is not a star. It is categorically not a star.
I don't know if the other stars are also portals to a plane of positive energy, but maybe.
Surely Newtonian physics applies, and there are real stars. Surely.
Well, from what I understand, Desna created the stars, but Serenray created this sun.
Yep.
Anyway,
Alright. Anyways, Zen. This wind wall is difficult terrain if you want to go through it, and also it is giving him cover, essentially.
Okay, it's giving him cover, so like doing an attack roll through it
Yeah.
would be
So,
bad.
physical, anything that shoots a physical like object through it will not work. So like needle darts, javelins, arrows, won't work.
But like
Firefly's
pure
electricity will.
energy would be fine.
Yeah, if it's pure energy, like magic missile, fucking Firefly's electric blasts, those will go through.
Well, let's try, I could just do a safe option, but I want to do damage. This one. Yeah, this one's the AC one. Oh, let's just try it.
Holy light! Damn.
Miss.
You miss. You miss again. Tragedy.
Fuck!
Fuck! Well. That happened.
I have done literally nothing
You healed, you did.
in the last 2 fights.
You healed me, which I really appreciate.
I have done literally nothing. Okay, no, it's me.
Oh, one action remaining. What would you like to do?
Oh, I can't provide flanking because he's fucking out there. Can't.
He's fucking out there, bro.
Stand in front of a Ruru.
Whoosh. You're in the turbulent wind. Actually, can you even stand in the wind? Like, can you like stop inside of it? You can't move through it if you're in vapor form. Also, you cannot fly through it. That actually is impossible. Flying creatures cannot overcome the wall.
Yeah, I guess I'll just stand. I mean, I could shield, I guess, but like.
Alright, Firefly, it's your turn.
What I was checking was if that was within my 50 feet, and that's within my 50 feet. Because I am affected by my own wind aura. So I can move right here. Yeah, base Firefly has 40 feet movement. I just haven't been fully going that far.
Fast as fuck.
That was 45.
How do you have 40 based?
He has the boots of bounding, right?
Fleet.
Oh, fair enough, fleet.
Actually, no, you have 40
Still
total.
plus 10 feet.
No, you have 40 total. In your page, it says you have land speed 40 feet because your base is 25, and then you have fleet, so that's 5, and then your aura junction just gives you plus 10, so that you only have 40
it already
feet.
automatically calculates your aura junction.
Yeah, it already calcs it.
Yeah, no, you need
So
one
you
step
have
back.
40. You could go here.
Hold up.
Or,
That's
actually,
still
there's-
40.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
still
that's still 40.
40.
Yeah, you can go there too. That works.
That's still 40. That
That's
is
still
one
40.
step back.
You can go there.
I moved one movement. So just cause this guy decided to be a bitch and move off the platform, if this succeeds, Firefly
Bro needs to roll a fucking 1.
Look, anything's possible. That's not a 1.
That's not a 1.
He rolled a 2.
He rolled
Wait,
a
how
2.
does he have such a high? Why does
We already
everything
know what it was.
Jimmy, where have you been?
It-
We've known this.
Internet was down.
yeah,
Internet
she was disconnected.
down.
Oh,
Yeah. So
He
yeah,
has a
no,
plus
he,
23 to reflex. And
he is a
immune to motion.
considerably dexterous character. This is a like super wind style monk.
Didn't know,
So
I didn't know that. So can I take that move back? I wouldn't
Sure.
have done it. with
You can
my
take that
kid.
back because obviously you should have known it because you're a part of the combat, but of course internet problems, I'm not going to hold that against you. You have your actions back. So, what would you like to do?
Okay.
Last one?
I'm trying to think. This doesn't count because it's not in a straight line. I can't use that ability.
Also would apply a reflex save.
Exactly.
Unironically, I think as far as your kid is concerned, just simply attacking's probably the best course of action.
I could also do something that might make it harder if you're close. If you getting close, but easier if you are a caster. It's me and a Ruru. If we decide to, if I'm gonna be in my own aura, I don't know if it affects me, but I could always do the this and then blast.
Maelstrom? Yeah?
Honestly, that's pretty good.
Good. Yeah, so since it only took one action to get over here, you can enter Maelstrom State, which is one action.
And then blast
Yeah.
them with a one action. Or I could. Oh, what is another thing?
It is yeah, you know what, that his will save is not great, so that is...
I'm gonna do expel. I'm gonna do expel Maelstrom, put myself in the cursed Maelstrom state, and then do unnerving expansion, which
No,
is a.
expel Maelstrom requires you to be in the Maelstrom state first.
So you have to enter it first.
Yeah. You need to enter it first.
Well-
So you spend what was the caveats? I think you could how did
How do I get into?
You
I'm
can
tryna-
force it.
Yeah,
You
so
Yeah,
can
that's what I was
force it,
trying-
but
It's
then
in
it
the
takes an
dedication.
action.
Yeah.
hang on. Like,
I only moved. I used a
fall
movement,
places in short.
which was one action.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Then you
expel
need,
Maelstrom
then
requires you to
you
be
need
in
an
your Maelstrom
action to
state.
go into the state, and then to and then another action to expel it.
I don't have I don't have a going into the state action though.
It's because it keys off weird stuff. Hang on, I'm reading through it real quick. I think it's like literally when you fail like any like skill check or attack roll, you can choose to enter it. So yeah. Part of entering it
choose
can
to
be an
skill
action
check.
of any kind of skill or attack that you want to do. If you end up failing on like an attack roll, then you can enter the state and then it'll come out freely. And
what
then
you
you can
can
do a nerving expansion.
So yeah,
what you
need
can do is you can like make a blast, and then
Make a
if you
one
miss,
action blast.
you can enter expel. You can use expel Maelstrom.
Yeah.
Can she use my
Uh,
mist into the maelstrom? Okay.
No.
I will.
I am very cursed.
Say, as we did identify from Yidin's attempt at Bon Mo, this thing is a construct. It is immune to mental effects, so the demoralized part
35.
won't do anything. 35.
Uh,
That actually
I would
hits.
like before you roll damage, I would like to use as a reaction, Shadow Blast.
Shadow Blast. All right, Shadow Blast.
So
up.
here's the thing. To activate it, you have to choose to fail it. If
Okay.
you choose to succeed, you will not enter the state.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I can choose to quote unquote miss,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
blast
Okay.
at him, miss, and then force myself to go in the cursed maelstrom.
Yes.
Or you can take the hits.
You need to
Or I-
deal damage. It's true.
Yeah, the cool thing about this, though, is the fact that you are doing a ranged attack at all does mean that Yidin can still do a Shadow Bolt regardless. I forget exactly what the details are on that, but I believe you can do damage or whatever, regardless of what Firefly's
Yeah,
attack roll outcome is.
it depends on if it makes the save or not.
Yeah, okay, alright, so yeah, this is,
But you can still choose to fail even when I'm doing this. You don't have to hit for this to work.
So, I will roll for words. Save. One!
Fuck you.
One!
So yeah, that just makes him off guard, which technically makes it a 38 to hit, I guess, or 35 to -2 AC.
Yeah, Firefly whisks the bolt past its head as you see the aura of the cursed maelstrom activate as Firefly glares this person down.
The dark
So
wind
you can-
appears.
So then you can expel the maelstrom. You can't use Unnerving Expansion, but to be fair, it also doesn't really care about being demoralized.
Yeah, she's going to expel the maelstrom instead.
So yeah, now it needs to make a save against that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just pull it.
Just
Oh.
Firefly glares it down.
We'll
You
see.
hurt my friends, you asshole.
That's really fucking good.
Rolls a 14 and succeeds on its save.
Which means it takes a -1 status penalty to all saving throws and skill checks for 1 minute.
That's still really good.
Yeah, that's an amazing. Of course, it's not a debuff that I can.
Yeah, nope.
All right. Don't worry, I got this. I can
You
create an
hurt
effect.
my
That one's pretty
friends,
simple.
you asshole.
Can't create an effect because the game hates me. You know what? Because it's immune to being frightened and whatnot, normally, actually, I'll just make him sickened because it's like the same thing. Wait, no, it's not the same thing because saving throws. I'm mad.
Saving throws and skill checks, not
Saving
attack
throws and
rolls.
skill checks. Whatever. We'll just have to remember he's cursed.
We'll just remember.
We're just playing Wuddy. Malimbles.
Yep. Just end your turn.
Firefly glares this guy down. Yeah,
Okay.
she
Alright,
whisks the
so-
bolt past its head.
Range wise, I got nothing right now because my fling magic, well, he needs to roll net 1 to not succeed. So I'm just gonna move up, and I'm just gonna battle medicine twice. One on Yadin, one on Aru.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, but Libby doesn't have anything here. What he pulled?
That
I mean,
was
he's
for
already kept the
Yadin.
case on our strongest person, so.
For which one of us is that?
Yadin, like I said.
Okay.
And then for Aru, do this one. Alright, and that is all
Nice.
3 actions. Move and then heal twice.
Uh. Hmm. Quick question. Other than like needle darting, do you have anything to hit him at
Sorry,
range?
I'm back.
Is that a yes or a no? Okay, in that case, I will put up Inspire Courage.
Spire. Hang on. I created another Inspire Courage that is exactly the same, but it doesn't have an animation.
Okay, you'll.
What do you think?
You'd have to apply. I don't.
You know, that is what I think, except it just doesn't fucking want to listen. It's just broken and stupid forever because I fucking hate everything in life. What is wrong with this? I literally created a new one that doesn't have that.
I own you.
I own you. Oh my god. Courage. Effect. Fire cur. Of sick tempor. Anyways,
Anyways, I suppose I can summon an illusory creature to provide it flanking. To provide, to like get something behind it, maybe push it back towards us. Or I can, use magic missile. Why the?
I don't think you want to summon anything near him.
Why?
I mean, it will be an illusion.
Fireball.
Oh.
Fireball.
You know, if you were going to.
Ooh, that's ooh.
Yes, please.
That's a reflex save.
Yes, please use Fireball against the thing with a plus 23 reflex save. I crave.
What the fuck else am I gonna hit it with?
Needle darts.
No!
Oh my god.
That uses mind dex.
Okay, in that case.
No, it uses your
I am
int.
a-
Be fair.
No.
It is a ranged spell attack. Strength, Mingus.
I mean, it would use your int.
Ah, true.
It's
Range spell
It-
attack's
it-
still
More than
good.
my strength.
true.
Oh.
Look, I'm not saying that it's happy day, but in that case, I would have instead done a 3-action magic missile.
I like how I went through the heartache of Inspire Courage just for you to say 3-action magic missile. Oh my god.
One more thing I can try.
Look, all reliable, it just works.
Yeah. All
So I can
reliable.
just slinging around at him.
Okay. So, damage. 20 of it. Good. You plink them real good. Alright. Uru.
Aru about to leap off this fucking platform to hit this motherfucker.
I want a fucking visual, and you're not getting no fucking cover from me, motherfucker.
Bro is trying to hover on you.
Alright, first. We're gonna do this first.
Oh, that should have been a 20. It was
Well, I mean,
right
it was
there.
a 20, technically.
No.
Alright, I'm gonna leave that and then.
Fireball!
Fireball.
Fireball! Hey, how are you doing?
Roll a 1, that's all I ask.
Can't you wait? How you can't do that?
Wait.
You do
You
what?
moved,
Fuck
cast
the
needle
needle.
darts, and cast fireball? Like what?
Why is a cantrip too? You know what? It just fucking. I'm ignore the needle darts. We're just gonna fucking fireball. I'm fucking tired and I'm fucking angry.
Okay.
I thought needle darts was a single action because I don't know, fucking something reasonable in my goddamn life for once. Cool.
He
Awesome.
dodged.
Fantastic. Sick.
He dodged. Alright. So. He cannot stay floating here forever. That is not a thing he's able to do.
He has to come back at some point.
So he is going to flying kick because he can jump. He can jump back.
You can fly.
Hooah!
Jump good.
Jump. Unironically. And with that, he also gets to attack. What the
Bad misses.
Bro, what the fuck? No
You know, like,
way.
it's-
Black Hole
I
Man!
You know,
actually
like-
can't believe that. Whatever, he's gonna
So-
flurry of blows. Okay, alright, you know, he starts swinging.
Like,
Where's
oh,
your
get-
take 1/4 HP
Oh
damage? Before I jump kick?
my god.
Misses.
What the fuck? Oh my god. I rolled a 1,
Well-
a 2, and a 4 in a
Well-
row. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Wow.
That
like
is actually insane.
This
Just
is
to
what
be
I get for
firefighters dodging these.
this is what I get for actively wishing that they lose this battle.
This is what Leggett. This is just retribution for the fucking frog legs dice.
Bro, listen, I'm gonna call fucking skill issue on Frog Legs super hard. Like, goddamn, man, sold his fucking flashbang leopards. Like, God. Also, thanks Orchestrance and Nesca for the raid. I appreciate it. We're in the middle of fancy mental dreamscape boss fight. As Zenzen, you get to take your turn. Oh my God, look at that.
He's in melee. You can even flank.
Yeah, you can even flank.
I probably shouldn't try grabbing him.
No, do it.
Why not? Why not?
I believe in you.
Just grab him by the sword arm. We'll be fine. Look at him. You lucky, punk?
Man, Warlock Throw would be fucking funny here.
Whirling throw would be funny. And then he walks on air back at you.
No.
Wait, this is supposed to have a +1, right? I think this is not supposed to have a +1. I'm just double checking. There is beat that. Okay, yeah, no, that was just manually inputted. All right, so you know what? Block it.
Block it.
I manifest.
Manifest.
Giant Karoju arm mentally, and I grab the shit out of him.
No fucking way.
Don't think you will. Wait.
That's pretty good.
That's a failure.
Well,
Shame.
Oh, jeez.
I
Yeah, is
manifest.
that really? Hang on. Is math right? You manifest. You manifest. You fucking manifest.
grabbed.
Bro,
Time
got
to
grabbed.
Time to hit it, everyone.
Grab.
And I go right after him, so now everyone has a turn before he gets a chance to escape.
True.
Unfortunately, he's right on the edge, so like it's difficult to get like decent flanking position.
I mean, you don't need flanking. He's
Well,
off guard from being
so
grabbed.
He's
He's
fucking
grabbed.
off guard.
Can we get everyone in position to hit him?
Yeah.
I mean, he has 3 adjacent squares to him, so.
Firefly can,
Yeah.
Firefly can fly. Remember that.
Yeah,
Even if
that's
it's only, even
that's-
if it's only
No, I think I want to hit
temporary.
him with this.
Yeah, dude, you guys
can.
can all pile in
Let's
and do the fucking JoJo meme.
time to kick Manuel's down.
No, not that one, Jetty. The other one.
The one where they're just like fucking beating the shit out of some
Yeah,
guy, and
well-
this dude takes a big swig of wine and joins in and starts kicking him. Well, that's a miss, but it's okay because you have him grappled. Huge, maybe, possibly. It's good. It's definitely good.
Firefly, you can hit this man really hard.
My turn. You wanna know what I'm gonna do? Weapon infusion.
Okay.
Forceful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Aura,
Just
aura,
triple
aura.
swing. Let's go. Well, double swing. 2 action and a 3. Yeah, 1 action.
That's
That's a hit.
That'll hit,
It is a hit.
That'll hit.
Also, it's a triple hit because that's a hit.
That is not.
the second one. That's -5.
Still a hit because
What
it's
did you
plus
say?
7.
Yeah, it still
It's
hits.
just
Yeah, it still
eight.
hits.
Still hits.
Yeah.
So forceful applies to that one.
Yeah, so that one gets +1 damage.
All right. Roll your damage.
I
Make
can
it-
roll them.
What do you
Weapon
mean?
infusion.
Just do 2 action
No.
1. Just do
Do
2
two
action and 1 action 1. So you
Yeah,
add your strength
And add your strength as a melee hit.
and your con.
Yeah, but 2 action for the 2 action 1 adds your strength and con as a melee hit, and then the second one just as a regular melee hit.
chances are you're not going to hit it a third time, so might as well do a 2-action one.
2-action blast.
There we
That's
go.
1 action.
That's
No, it's
2-action.
It literally says
literally
on,
says
the,
yeah, no,
on the
you're right.
tag.
You're right.
And
then
that-
This one
there's
also
to
gets
that.
forceful, right?
Yep, this one gets
Yep.
forceful, which is 1 more damage, so my... 6.
He's so close. I bet he's so close.
Bam! Bam!
Firefly,
Whack! Whack!
Firefly's just glaring this guy down. You hurt my friends!
You keep repeating the
Oh.
same thing over and over.
Yeah, she's just gonna keep. That's how pissed off she is. He hurt
Malimbi.
you didn't.
My turn.
It's
I still
time.
have a
Firefly
weakness
is a very
exploit.
simple person.
Yep. You sure do.
Now let's see if I even hit to begin with.
Do it. Do it.
Hold on.
You don't do it.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh!
So close. So close.
If only
You know what?
Inspire
I-
Courage were up.
Everyone, get in here.
Fuck.
You had rolled on the first one.
Hey.
Well, that's
Okay.
my actions.
Bro is grappled and he is just dodging. Fucking, he's like when we talk about ball joints, like dude is literally spinning over on his like arm and being grappled by a Zenzen. Insanity. All right, you didn't.
No one expects the grapple sorcerer.
You gonna do the thing again? Oh, Inspire Courage. Ah, yes. Don't use that one. I'm going into your character sheet and deleting that spell and putting a different version that's exactly the same.
That's fine.
All right, hang on. Either wait, hang on. It's gonna not that one. Aura, Fire Courage. No. No, wait, hang on. I gotta go into the
if it's
compendium.
because in like the effect sequencer, it has its own thing. Like not in the spell itself, but in effect sequencer.
What?
I'm not.
What the fuck are you trying
Show
to say?
sequencer database.
Hang on. I need to go to the global auto recognition menu to kill fucking Courage.
Kill Courage. Wow.
I need to kill Courage. A on-token effect. Because this one effect is so poorly optimized, it's like mind-blowingly stupid. Like, just look at Bless. Bless is so cool. Oh my god. It puts this like fancy spinning like holy magic symbol on the ground. It's amazing. Wow, wow, it's so fancy. And then everyone gets their bonus. And it doesn't fucking ruin the game.
I can't actually find the name of that effect.
God, why is it so laggy? Not that. The active effect? Aura of Courage? Spell effect, Courageous Anthem. Die. Delete. Fucking get out of here. Kill it. Kill this. On God. Finally. It's dead. It's dead, fam. It's dead. I killed it from the womb this time. I killed it in the module. Alright. Finally. Now, if we... No, but you know what? I'm gonna be safe. Plug the spell into the chat again. Do it again. Cast it again. Click cast again. Do it.
Okay,
I'm telling you to do it.
Yeah, okay,
I need this to die, because this spell effect is driving me fucking insane. Alright. It better work correctly. And just like that. It just works. Again, it just works.
I don't really have much else.
Alright, cool. You're not gonna like needle darts or something? You have 2 actions.
Yeah, I guess I can do. I only have like I can do magic missile as a 2-action as a first level spell.
It's
You know,
so close to dying.
just kill it. So it's 4d4 plus 5.
No, this is 2d4 plus 2 because this is first level.
Oh. No, this is TV4 plus 3. As a, or a fucking courage fucked up spell that it pisses me off every week.
Oh yeah, it's plus 3. Brain did literally not recognize.
I literally told you right now
I
and you
know
didn't
you
do
did.
it. Anyways, 10
I know.
damage. Congratulations. You did it. Aroo! Kill!
Just swing at it. Just swing at it as many times as you can.
You're still
It's
hasted.
so close.
It's almost
Sweet! Bro has low as fuck HP.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
Let's go!
Kill it! Kill it!
Hit
Kill
it
it!
as hard as you can. That's hard enough, but still.
Alright,
That
how do you
will
want to
kill it.
do this?
I want to cave its head in.
Pickaxe directly to the noggin.
Wait, I'm great. Can I shove its face into her blade or into her pick harder?
Given the height difference, that is absolutely the only way that's gonna happen.
Oh yeah. Wait, okay. I like push it down so it's like fucking like
Push it to the
execution
floor.
style.
Yeah.
Aroo. Yeah.
So Rue can look down at it.
The the alpha is made to look down execution style. As your pick
The
comes
alpha,
in
Listen,
and separates the head from the body, and it clatters to the floor.
Crumbles it
We're
like a
showing
soda
who's
can.
the real alpha now.
Bro, anyone that needs to declare themselves the alpha is not the real alpha.
And as the head clatters against the floor, the last light on it still emitting, there's like a bunch of weird staticky interference for a second, and then the light color changes from red to blue, and then it starts saying something. 0,
Oh,
1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. And it continues on for a very long sequence, actually.
I suppose that's something.
Alright, hold on. Let me copy paste that into a translator.
We don't have a translator for binary.
We don't, but I want to know as player.
I mean, like, you could, like binary is not a new concept. Like, mathematically
Look,
has
if you
existed a
want-
long time.
I guess fair enough. If Galarian has binary, then sure. But that's up to you.
Yeah. How much of a math nerd is the party? Who knows a lot of math?
Probably Zeta himself, and I feel like I should also know a lot of math.
Math, bro. Do you have sacred
I have my-
geometry?
I have my lore esoteric that I can use for anything.
You can do it for anything, bro. He could know anything, even this, or he could know nothing.
I'll roll Arcana. I mean, I guess is binary weird enough that the occultism would work?
No, it is the cold, hard calculations of the universe. It is Arcana only if you're talking about regular skills,
We're rolling that.
as it is the sacred geometry.
What? Well, maybe.
Oh, 22.
22. You don't know.
What do you want me to roll? Arcana?
Roll your lore esoterica
Yeah.
because it's the
Well,
funny
that's-
haha lore man
I
lore.
know all of it.
You know
I know
everything.
everything.
He
I
knows
know
everything,
everything.
boys. All right. What does it say when you put it in a translator, Peter?
Awaken Trenzor Alpha and serve humanity once more.
I really hope we didn't just activate
All right.
Alpha in the real world.
And do you say that out loud?
Do it, no balls.
I'm gonna need to let the others know what it is. So like,
You don't know it's not gonna do anything.
I don't know that it's not gonna do anything. For all I know, this thing's dead. And this is Zeta's mindscape. So I mean, I don't even know that this thing is Transfer Alpha. So like, it is in older codes, but if I do, coincidentally, I happen to like read up on it at some point doing like just studies as a hobby. And if I recall correctly, this translates to. Let me hold on. And he takes a moment to listen just one more time, because I imagine this is a repeating message.
Yes. And you do know, you do know when the string starts and ends because the light on the head like flickers a different color and then comes back and then repeats.
Awaken Trenzor Alpha. Serve humanity once more, if I'm correct.
Huh.
All right.
Well, I really hope we didn't awaken Transor Alpha in the real world.
As you say that, the mechanism behind you, the crystals go from red and turn blue again, and then rise up from their recesses to float again. And the large portal behind you, the metal rings around it, the concentric greens, shift and click and rotate, and then the almost like frosted glass kind of in front of the portal just like evaporates away. And as you do so, you approach the machine in any kind of way, or the crystals.
I suppose we will.
Yeah, I'll go have a closer look.
All right. Oh. As you do so, the head of the machine rolls back to the body and connects to it, but it's sort of more like immaterial, kind of dream blurs like back into place, and then the sword arm retracts and out comes a more normal hand from it. The lights on it are still blue, and it begins to stand back up. And single-mindedly sort of walks away, paying you all no mind, and towards the crystals, where it touches one, and it rotates the whole weird MC Escher-esque kind of space beyond the portal as it rotates very rapidly and then finds its way to a specific crystal, and that crystal comes forward at the front of the portal, and it begins to, play an embedded message, rather, plays a memory. And this memory it's like in some place like out in the wilds somewhere. It looks like on the skirts of civilization. There's a fire in the distance, and the signs of some kind of like battle, as there's like broken arms and metals and whatnot. But as you're looking at this crystal, it's kind of weird, because while that's the main like subject of the memory, it looks like it's sort of at the outer fringes of the crystal, where what you would interpret as like the POV of the person kind of like looking out. It looks like Alpha's hand clasped around some kind of like magical tool, like a mirror or something like that. You can presume a magic mirror that's letting him see something. And from there, you hear a voice. Alpha, we need help now. Delta's going rogue, and as that happens, the voice cuts off as a arm comes around and clasp onto the POV of whoever's in the magic mirror, and the voice of it is shut off and pulled towards another automaton's face. Somewhat similar in design to Zeta or Alpha here, but a bit different. And then it starts to kind of cast magic over its own head, and out from its voice, being almost completely identical to the voice you originally heard. It'll say, into another magic mirror of its own. Oh no! It seems Alpha has gone rogue. Quick, rally at Megambia. And then the magic mirror kind of ends in, if you remember from the beginning, this is sort of from Alpha's point of view, looking into a magic mirror of something occurring. It ends, and then presumably Alpha rises up and starts sprinting towards another location.
So, Delta went rogue, and then Alpha went rogue as well.
No, no. From the sound of it, Delta went rogue, and then I assume that was Delta that then came in, and then pretended as if Alpha had gone rogue by mimicking the other.
Suppose that's possible. Well, that's concerning, because that means that we have at least one other problem child in the Transor series that we know even less about than Alpha.
The sound defeat. Alpha is not even the problem child. He was simply set up.
Well, maybe, but after this many years, I don't know if that's not, embittered the thing if it's still around.
Shin.
Huh.
Oh,
Oh,
that's quite a lot of information.
indeed.
I don't think we'll be able to get much more here now.
Forget that. Forget
The
that one.
walking
That one's not real. That one's not real. However,
The walking stat line.
Zeta just kind of
effects.
appears. He just kind of appears, and as he does so, the fog in this place starts to fade away and disappear. There's more clarity.
Huh.
Production
See
value.
that?
Where the hell have you been?
Is that the actual you?
Greetings, friends.
What?
That
I
is.
see you have unlocked the memories of
Uh,
that is sealed within this vessel.
are you on the right voice changer, Shin?
It's very deep.
It's very deep. Not the robot voice we're used to.
OOC, it's not exactly Zeta you're talking to.
True. Okay.
Okay. Fair
Just
enough.
double checking.
Just double checking.
I see you have released the memories sealed within this vessel. I guess I should reintroduce myself to you. I am Alpha, also known as the Warrior Arexu Mafi.
Oh. You tried to stab me a lot.
My apologies.
Eh,
This is
it's
a
okay.
safety precaution just in case. Zeta falls into enemy hands.
It's okay. It happens more than you think.
In any event, I guess I owe you an explanation of the events you've seen in the memory.
That would be appreciated. It is a little unclear.
As you've witnessed in the final memory, Delta went rogue, impersonated one of my brothers, and said that I went rogue, so that they can slip back into the research facility and surprise everyone inside, caught and catch them off guard, and proceed to murder everyone. Zeta was activated in time, but he did not have an infused, so he was basically just a regular automaton at the time of the attack. I was able to return to the research facility in time and fight off Delta and manage to destroy him. Unfortunately, this also damaged my vessel into an irreparable state. As a last-ditch effort, the assistant researcher to Dr. Olajuwon transferred my soul into Zeta. It was still repairable at that time. Although the transfer was successful, Zeta needed repairs, which needed me to be sealed, as the memories that I possess may lead to corrupting programming. But now is the time, and I should be able to impart Zeta with what my experiences were before my deactivation. At this time, Zeta has gained his own personality based on his interactions with you, and I have no place in this vessel to try and impose my presence in him. So I will return to his subconscious, but I will also impart him with a gift of my knowledge and abilities that I've gained. May it will help you all in your efforts in Magambia.
Well, I'm happy to hear that Delta isn't around anymore, at least.
He has been dealt with. Unless they foolishly repair him during my time away in slumber, then I don't assume him showing up anytime soon.
Well, considering how long ago it was, he's probably just scrap metal left in the ruins of Jistica, so I'm pretty confident in feeling safe that we don't have to worry about that.
You can always check the research facility while we were, although I do not have again guarantees that it's still there, and I will leave Zeta with a memory of its location.
That's probably a good thing to at least check out at some point.
Very well. You all deserve a rest. I will now do what is needed in here and let Zeta live his life, knowing that he used to be and always will be Magambi's protector.
We will tell him of our experiences here.
Farewell. Farewell, friends.
It'll take us a while to perform the ritual to get out of here. Because now we need to do the ritual again, but like to get back. Unless Zeta's mind has an easy exit door that we can find.
Do you actually have to do the entire ritual again to like
There are
leave?
2 ways to get out. There are 3 ways to get out. You die in the mindscape, which is not recommended. That kind of has the potential to drive you insane. You find a door in their mind that just exists, or that is shaped or formed, whatever, or you have to do the ritual again.
There's no need for you to perform the ritual. You can
Zeta,
exit the way you came in.
Zeta, is that really you?
That is I. And I am also Alpha.
Oh. Well, that's fun.
You're free to leave.
We will.
Let's get out of here. Also, I hope your firewall can return.
It is currently shut down. You all made saw to it that it is shut down.
Yeah, sorry about that. Look,
This
how
will be
about
a-
we go?
It was expected.
This will be a long conversation once we get out of here.
Yes,
Yeah, let's get out of here
let's
first.
have this conversation when we're not in your mindscape.
See you all in the waking world.
See you soon. Okay, we all hop back to the starting platform, yada yada.
Yada yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to.
I'm going through it. I don't care.
Oh dear. Oh, what the fuck? Oh!
what the fuck?
It's cause I own all of you, so it selected all of you when I clicked on fucking Firefly. Oh my god, that's funny.
As we all reawaken in Zeta's room.
Rise. Awaken, my masters, awaken.
Firefly's like, I have never. How do I describe it? I never thought I'd get that mad at somebody in what felt like a dream.
Okay, note to self. Physical pain in the mindscape you experience, such as being stabbed repeatedly,
I can't feel my legs.
transfers to a bitching of headache.
And then if you remember, fucking Zenzen Shibari in the corner.
Oh, right, that's a thing.
Oh shit.
We should probably untie you.
Hugs Malimby, wrapping a wing around him.
So Zeta, how are you feeling?
Or Alpha? What do you still wish to be called Zeta, or do you want a different name?
I am
Identify
not.
as Alpha.
Zeta will be fine, as I was
say-
reawakened as Alpha, Zeta rather than Alpha.
Fair enough.
Okay, so no need to be confused. Gotcha.
I suppose Zelfa or Alta, would have been a bit of a
Alta.
not fitting with the theme.
I have
Stands up.
I have
Stands up.
rather gotten accustomed to the name Zeta, so Zeta will be fine.
Stands up,
Your
walks
name is
over, and
important.
I was mute.
poops you in on the nose.
So wait, Zeta, Alpha, ZA. Yep, ZA. What a legend. 2 legends. ZA legends. Yes.
Well, Zeta,
Takes Dame out of the bag. Sorry, Dame. Hugs.
Dami's like biting your finger, but not enough to hurt, but just to show grumpy.
Grump.
Oh, you're adorable.
Zeta, how do you feel?
You're adorable,
I
Whoopi.
feel rather relieved knowing my past now, and I have experience Alpha's knowledge and experiences before. I believe this will be helpful to
Takes
us.
Dame fully out of the bag. I won't
I'm-
do it again, Dame.
I'm happy to hear that. I
Letting Dame just nibble on her finger.
my hope was for such an outcome, though. Well, with the ritual. I was a little bit worried that, it could have gone differently, but I am happy that you are more whole.
Indeed.
Now I'm curious, but I'm not gonna ask for it.
You want to get into your mindscape? Because I'm not ready for that.
Really? You're not ready for that?
After this experience, I'm not ready for anyone's mindscape immediately afterwards, no.
Why
Bro,
not
I
mine?
imagine it would just be extremely
Smile.
confusing in there.
I think I'm ready for...
It'd be literally, I think, a mirror maze.
Sensen, I was ready for your mindscape 6 months ago, but just not for whatever's inside of you.
Why does it feel threatening?
I'm not gonna say it.
Firefly pulls Zenzen over if Zenzen hasn't been untied yet.
Zenzen has been untied.
Okay.
Oh.
Just petting Dalbe while
Oh,
Dalbe's just
such
nibbling on one of her
disappointment.
fingers.
I do wanna...
She looks a little disappointed.
I don't know, at some point you're going to have to tell us where you learned something like that.
What do
He
you
doesn't
mean?
have to tell us anything.
Those not work. I mean, that's impressive not work. Like, I at some point you must have been a sailor at least.
What? No.
Well then where did you learn
That's
to
more
tie
like
ropes like that?
You did.
they kind.
I am a puppet. Where do you think I learned?
Ruru just like rip off her arm from the elbow and show like the fucking inside of like Ronnie with the fucking ropes or something, like.
So Zeta,
You see you didn't kind of raise an eyebrow in comedic term, like
You
trying to
did.
show that they're being coy.
I literally watched my creator work all manner of materials in attempting to make puppets. Like, where do you think I learned it?
Whoa.
I don't know, I was being coy.
Well, I don't appreciate your coy insinuations.
Fair enough.
I figured you'd have
Wherever
realized that by
she learned, I
now.
like
You
it.
didn't.
I think. I'm learning things about myself.
Well, I'm happy for you on that front, Sensen. So Zeta,
With that, I assume our research into your past has come to an end.
unless you want to at
Unless
some
you
point
have.
figure out where that research facility was and take a look there.
I have knowledge of what it used to be, but there is no guarantee that it is still there.
Is it near Jiska or near Magambia?
It should be near Jiska.
Yeah, that would be a whole excursion. I don't think we'll be able to try and get there anytime soon. So I do think Millenby is right. That is
My
it
man's
for
throwing
you
doubts.
for now. If
Maybe
you
sometime when we have more downtime, we can make an excursion there. See
perhaps
if it's still there and if it's still stocked with parts.
Possible. It could never hurt to have some spare parts on hand for Zeta.
true.
Especially if we're going to be running into more jungle wyverns.
Well, if you ever feel like talking about what you've learned about yourself, I'm pretty sure our door's always open, but at least mine is. I am going to put some ice on my head.
Yeah, you do that. You took a bit of a beating.
Yeah. The alpha part of you really knows how to use a sword, I think.
Well, I mean, that was their arm, so it's like an unarmed attack.
Sword's arm, I suppose. taking it a little bit taking that term a little bit too literal for my taste.
Sounds like semantics to me. Not to get involved in that. So with that, how much time has passed? What time is it?
That's a good question.
You know how like they say like a dream. I just brain farted on what the fuck I was gonna say.
You know how a dream is like.
This is like, yeah, that doesn't make me know what the next words are any better.
You just started speaking.
You know, when you
Poetically, without really
when
knowing
you
why.
have a dream that
You know when you're like when you have a dream when you could do anything that.
fucking we all seen Inception. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
So it hasn't been that long, is what you're trying to say, or very long.
Yeah, it's been like 2 minutes. This has been like, if you had like an hourglass set up, it's like not even done ticking.
God, that's.
After that, we still have the whole day to go. It's gonna be interesting.
God, that's unfair. I should be allowed to sleep.
Also, your inspired courage keeps reappearing on me.
You turn off
he has the
your
aura. He's got the aura on.
I mean, I'm sure you could take a nap, but like, that depends on how much other things you have to do. Anyway, good luck with that. I'm gonna put some things and put some notes away.
Well, I guess I gotta change what I said earlier. It's not that I no longer hope to not go alpha. I hope to not go delta.
I don't get
You
it.
don't want a delta. You want to be the alpha. Cyberpunk.
No, I mean,
Come.
you know, go rogue and turn on everybody. That'd be bad.
You know, Zanzen's gonna go cyber psycho.
Delta was specifically made for magic, so I assume that his abilities is what caused him to go rogue.
That's or the personality inside.
Huh. Well, I am one of the most magical of my sisters or siblings. Oh no.
Oh no.
Look,
Magic.
Oh no.
I would tell you that magic doesn't make you evil. I would, but.
Oh, yeah, hey,
In
Like you could
Delta's
like
case,
see like a buffering icon on Zenzen's face for a second, basically. Just
in Delta's case, in life he was a warrior that did not use magic, yet his
Fucking Zenzen.
automaton body was made for magic, so they were probably unable to adjust, and that's why they went mad.
this Kuroju thing was made by God from the heavens. If I remember correctly, I have divine magic from the heavens. Maybe
Firefly
that's
petting Dame over
the
here.
problem.
You ever thought maybe Zenzen is Naruto?
Well.
What?
I mean, you are you're not unlike Naruto in a lot of ways. The only thing you can't clone yourself.
I am the sexy jutsu. Damn.
I guess you're more like yeah, no, you're like Naruto.
Sexy Jutsu. Yeah, sexy Jutsu Naruto.
well,
proportionally built like
body and strength wise, closer to Tsunade.
Oh, jeez. Now, by the end of the series, I'm pretty sure Naruto had the strongest physical might of any character.
Well, I don't know if your Kuroju stuff comes from your divine bloodline. It's not like you're blessed by a god, it's just... the divinity is just part of who you are.
It is still fine.
I'm waiting for Lupin and Saya to show up. Squint at Musashi.
And then they suddenly appear. No, I'm kidding.
At least you know where your magic comes from.
I just assume it's because my mother was a very devout cleric, so I thought it's just somehow I don't know.
I mean, that is possible.
Well, and my mom is from a very divine family.
Yeah, that's
with magic stuff. They like super shrine priestess stuff.
yeah, that's probably where your divine magic and healing and draconic abilities come from. From what I understand, Tianjia has a bit of a fascination with dragons, culturally speaking.
Well, like that. Wait.
I mean, before they were Kuroji claws, they looked like draconic claws, right?
The god that ate the I think they were they a dragon? I remember this story had something about bubbles.
Bubbles.
Where there were bubbles. You're a bubble dragon?
Possibly. There are dragons of so many kinds. It's like asking if they're some specific type of humanoid. There are a lot of us. But yeah, like I said, at least you know roughly where your magic comes from. All I have is a vaguely inspiring muse that I barely understand. And that I only learned about long after I was already using my magic.
Damn.
Huh.
Bar doesn't even know why he's inspired.
All I know is that I need to understand more.
Ain't even running Enigma, you use.
I mean, you're running polymath.
I know. I said that's the joke. You don't understand your muse. Doesn't have Enigma muse. LMAO. Polymath muse, the muse of understanding very well everything.
Yeah, but except my muse.
Except your muse, I guess. Check W.
Firefly just walks over. Well, I mean, I just know how to control wind, and I've kind of always been able to do that.
From what I understand, Kinesis have a portal in their stomach.
Firefly just shrugs. Do you really think Stella's father would have given me any chance to learn about my powers?
Well,
really?
no, but you're at the Magambya. If you want to go fish out a book on kineticism. Look, I don't know. I'm not a kineticist. It does sound like a wife still, but we're at the Magambya. You can figure out if it is true or not.
Alright, I'm back. What are we discussing?
Talking about understanding the origins of some of our powers and abilities.
Firefly just looks unsure. It's the best wording for it. Very unsure.
I said...
You didn't say something about kineticists having a portal in their stomach? That's just confusing.
Look, from what I was explained, they have a portal to one of the elemental planes in their stomach. I don't have much explanation beyond
I
that.
mean, as far as I'm aware, it is literally a kinetic gate. Like you draw your powers from one of the elemental planes. They don't just appear here willy-nilly. You have to open up some sort of the portal. Is the best idea. This is something that to
Yeah, no,
kineticists comes somewhat natural.
yeah, no. Like I said, they have a portal in
How
their
you
stomach.
get access to that can change. Like I've heard stories of people just coming into contact with such raw elemental forces that they kind of attune to them subconsciously.
Thing
But
is,
like,
I don't know how I became an air kineticist.
It's possible that you were. It's possible that Stella had a affinity for it naturally, and that you, as well, being created indirectly via her, were born with the same affinity for opening elemental portals. Where you open a portal to just happens to be different.
I mean,
that raises an interesting thing on specifically for myself, given that I'm a clone arisen. I wonder just how exact a clone I am of my progenitor, and how much of their
well,
affinities I've taken over.
I suppose that depends on.
me and Stella share the abilities of kineticists, so I wouldn't be surprised if you shared with your brother.
Well, but you're mere reason. You must be.
He's a clone arisen.
Well,
He's
yeah,
still
but
a
my point.
clone.
Well, my point is how much Malimbi inherits from his brother in this regard is dependent on how perfect the cloning process was.
He was literally a wish, from what I know.
Well, yes, but from what I understand, the wish was for you to not be quite like your brother.
No, as far as I'm concerned, the wish was to have a friend, someone just like me.
Well, that's
Wow.
probably true, but you're not exactly like him. You weren't as sickly, right?
I mean, I might have the same affinity for it. Like with that I mean the same genetic predisposition.
Or maybe you don't. Which is why you are capable of doing all this dangerous stuff, going on pirate adventures, without becoming bedridden.
Um, yeah. I think I need to step out again. Hold on.
I, I still am unsure about myself. Seeing, being reminded of Stella and what she had. I don't know. Seeing the cage, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, perhaps that's the difference. You both have an affinity for kineticism, but the plane you open to fit more with your personality or what you desired. To be as free as a bird, I guess.
Firefly thinks about it. It could have been to run away, to escape, because air can't really be contained in a cage.
Yeah, that's
Not in
what I
the
mean.
same sense as, not in the
Meanwhile,
same sense as a person could.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Stella wanted to cage
Petting Dame, who's
the
still
whole
probably
world.
numbing on Firefly's finger.
Yeah, a little bit.
Num num. Sorry, Dame. I won't
Oh
do
yeah,
it
that's right. You
again.
had Curse of Maelstrom activated, so fucking like, yeah, it's like yeah, I don't know, the amusement of the inky blackness falling off of Dame onto Firefly.
No, I mean, she's definitely because she got put in a fucking bag.
In a bag.
Yeah, before we went down into the thing, she stuffed.
Oh
Dame
no
in a
yeah,
bag.
but I mean that's what I'm saying. That was because like Firefly had activated like the Curse of the Maelstrom, like, and they're making contact with Dame. The ink falling off of him.
Ah.
And now Firefly gets to leave more footy prints. The door.
I mean, that's not gonna happen all the time.
I really should get in the habit of turning that off before touching Dame or you. She says, looking at her hand.
I mean, this is only the second time you've activated it, so you're still learning.
Still. Just gently puts Dame down. Sorry, Dame.
Kinda, if the conversation at hand is mostly coming to a close, we are kind of over time. It's 12:40 for me.
Yes, I think we are winding down. Next week we can do more plot stuff. That's overarching plot, less personal plot. Unless more personal plot needs to happen, according to Leggett.
Whole campaign gets derailed, discarded. Let me see if maybe there appears to be not anyone to raid. Don't think. Let me use the fucking raid finder or whatever in a. What if I searched by category Pathfinder? Is there anyone else live out there in the world? Nobody. Okay, never mind. There's no raid targets tonight. Good night, everyone. See you next week for more Dragon's Den. I will probably continue my RimWorld playthrough though before that in the middle of the week for some variety. Bye bye.